Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Fall Crafting Bonanza. I am Faith Godbold from A Touch of Faith, and we have with us today.
I am Simone Phillips from Fearlessly Unique by Simone.
So we want to take a minute to just welcome everyone, and I see Fearlessly Unique is here. So excited to have each and every one of you today. Come on in. We are going to have a fun day full of fall crafting. We have some fall trivia, and you want to stick around because we're giving away some prizes at the end. How does that sound, Simone?
That sounds good to me. I want prizes.
I know. I love prizes. So we're going to give you a moment to come on in. Feel free to drop your city and state in the comments as you're joining so we can see that you're here, because we want to personally welcome you and thank you for joining us. And also, would you sprinkle this live out so that we can get some more people on our pages? And I'm going to take a minute to do that as well. So as you're coming in, thank you. Thank you. Awesome. And how are you? Yes, that's right. That's our word. Y'all know our code word, what that stands for. Simone, how are you doing today while I am pulling everything up, getting it sprinkled out?
Actually, this is kind of centering me because I have been running around. So this is my piece.
Love it. And I guess I can say I've kind of been running around too. I had an appointment with another client earlier today, so I did not get home as expected, but it all worked out because you and we've been ready for this, right, Simone?
Oh, I've been ready for what, almost 3 weeks now.
Yes, you have. So I am so thankful. All right, I think I have one more, and then we are good to go, and we're looking good. Give us some thumbs up. Let us know you can hear us and see us also. And I see some folks are coming in. So Michelle is here. Hey, Michelle, thank you for tuning in. And she's in Mint Hill, North Carolina. I'm so excited to have her here. And look, we both know this lady, don't we?
Estella, hey.
Yeah. Hey, Estella. She is so supportive of both of us. So happy to have her. And look, my mom is here on her ministry page. Hey, Mom.
Hi.
And she even has an event today, but she said she was going to pop on over for a bit to try to check this out. All right, we're getting lots of thumbs up. So I think we're sounding good and looking good.
Good.
So today we are going to have an opportunity, both of us on our screens. We are streaming prospectively, so not only on A Touch of Faith, but if you're joining us from Fearlessly Unique by Simone, we appreciate you. And Simone, I didn't tell you this, but we're also streaming this to YouTube on my A Touch of Faith page. So we are sharing out our wonderful collaboration today, and we are both so excited to be creating a fall wreath with you all. And I know Simone's ready. She's been telling me all the things, and we waited, y'all, until today before we even shared what materials we're using, right, Simone? We just wanted to kind of make it a surprise too, right?
Right.
So as we're doing this today, we want you to feel free to join in the chat with us. We're going to talk about how you can decorate for the fall season and the joy it brings. I know the first day of fall, as I said earlier on my page, is coming up next month, September 22nd. So we wanted to go ahead and get a quick jump start on that so we can help you all be prepared. And we're going to help be prepared by creating a beautiful wreath that will help enhance your seasonal decor. So Simone, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself? You want to introduce yourself?
Yes, I can do that. So I think I've been going live for about a year now. But again, I do a couple of things. I'm a school psychologist by trade, so I do that full time. And I have a private practice that I run part time after I get out of my day job, which is crazy, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That's okay. I'm helping young people.
Yes.
I do all of this as a form of therapy for myself. Like I can start doing a project like creating a wreath or working with paper crafts or something like that, and my family's like calling me, and I'm like, not even paying attention. I'm in my zone. So
yeah, absolutely,
is very helpful for me to escape and do this. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
I love that. And I actually met Simone in a fellow crafting group that we were both members of. And I think we connected instantly. And I've shared on my page several times that she actually interviewed me back in 2022 as a part of the Black History celebration that February. So I think we've been going strong, Simone, would you say, since then?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah, absolutely. So, just to share with you all a little bit about me, those of you who are on Simone's page, I am Faith Godbold again, and I have the privilege of being an educator by day. Currently, I'm a curriculum technology coordinator at Timrod Elementary here in Florence One Schools, and I've been doing that. This is my 26th year, and I say that in my part-time, but it feels like full-time sometimes. I have the honor and privilege of running a Touch of Faith, so that's my home-based business that I never asked God for, but He gave it to me. And I'm just so thankful for that. So we are here today. We're going to have some opportunities to just share in the comments. And that's what we want you to do. So if there's anything in your hearts that you want to share. Oh, I'm losing my earbuds, Simone. I'm not used to wearing both of these. Simone and I put earbuds in to make sure we could hear everything. But as you all are coming in, go ahead and introduce yourselves, if you don't mind, in the comments, and share where you're watching from. And if there's anything crafting related that you'd like to share, feel free to do that as well. And I see we have Miss Della Warren is here.
Hey, Della.
Hi, Della. We're so happy to see you. All right. Are you ready to dive in with our first trivia question?
Sure.
Okay, so here's your first question, everyone. And let me go ahead and say every comment that you enter is going to help with our giveaway. So the more you put those comments in the or chat in the comment, that's going to give us additional entries for us at the end, because we are going to give away, as we said, some awesome prizes. Okay, so here's our very first trivia question. And we tried to make it easy to start, so this shouldn't be hard for you. So which fruit is most commonly associated with fall and is a key ingredient in pies and cider? So that's what we're going to get started with. You like that one, Simone?
I like that one.
And we also have Melissa here. Hey, hey. And Vicky is here. Vicky. Hi, Vicky. All right, and we'll put your answers up in just a bit. So, Simone, you want to go ahead and get us started? I think they're ready for us.
Okay. So, we want to start with adding the mesh, okay? And so, I'm sure Faith uses the same wreath form. I actually
got it ready.
A 14-inch metal wreath form that I get from Dollar Tree. Gotta save them dollars. So, and it's very sturdy. So every time I make a wreath, it holds up. It doesn't, people don't have, I'll just say it this way, people don't have issues with the wreath form itself. So
right.
We lay out, and I know Faith does this too. We lay out our pipe cleaners around the wreath itself. There are 3 pipe cleaners within 6 sections of the wreath. So 2 on the bottom rung and 1 on the very top rung. So you do that same pattern within each of the 6 sections. And then you end up with 18 pipe cleaners, okay? I actually did 2 different colors of mesh. And this mesh is poly burlap, meaning there is some fabric and plastic in the mesh itself. So I did 2 colors. I did brown and I did a mixture of orange and beige, okay? So when I lay mine, I'm gonna start with the dark color. When I lay my mesh in, I actually like to lay mine sideways. Faith might do hers differently, but I like to lay mine sideways only because it takes up a lot of room. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do the very top 6 first. And then I'm going to go back and do the bottom 2. I don't know. Faith, how do you do yours?
Got it. I love it. So while she's doing that, let me grab my mesh. So I actually had all sorts of fall mesh, but y'all, I decided to settle on this one. Can y'all see those colors? Look at there.
I love it.
fall plaid, yes, and it has orange, it has some brown and natural. And I'm going to do the crumple technique as well. I wired mine exactly the same way as Simone. Simone, the only thing I did a little different from you, I started cutting my inside pipe cleaners in half, so that way I don't have to cut them when we're ready to cut them down. So the inners are already going to be all set. And just like Simone, I'm going to drop mine in the same way. So I like mine going in the same way, but I'm going to do inner, outer as I go around.
Yeah.
So let's get them added. And we have lots of people who are guessing. So I'm going to put some of those up again in just a minute.
Oh, sure. Let's see.
Is it Melissa Spears? Bar?
She's from North Carolina also.
Oh, wow. Okay. So she is here. I don't know if I said her earlier. Then we have some guesses. We have Darla. Darla's saying pumpkin.
Yep. I saw it, but she said pumpkin.
Yeah. My mom also said pumpkin. And let's see who else. Michelle is saying pumpkin. We have an apple. Darla is guessing apple. Vicky says pumpkin. Country Chic is speaking to us. She says, hello, lady.
Hi, how are you?
All right.
How are you, Roberta? And that's Roberta that's joining us, Country Chic Boutique.
Oh, hey, Roberta. I'm still learning some of the names of the business owners. Love it. And
She's
then
one of
we have
my
another. Oh, awesome. I love that. And then Melissa is guessing apple.
Uh-oh.
And
they're still
Michelle.
Good job, yeah.
Yeah, and Michelle, her daughter, is making me a bracelet. Tell her thank you. I love it. So sweet of her.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm gonna add mine in. We can reveal. You want to go ahead and reveal? I think we're ready to reveal the answer for that first question, so you can do the next one. So if you guessed. And we're letting y'all keep up with your own points, by the way, because we're just doing this for fun. So feel free to keep up with your scores. So if you guessed apple for our first question, you are correct. That is the fruit most commonly associated with fall and is a key ingredient in pies and ciders.
Well, I think that was the giveaway.
I think so, right? I think you're right. So give yourself a hand. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. I want to know if they know why. Well, I'm going to just say for myself why I am laying mine sideways. So why I'm putting mine in. And it likes to stick to each other. Why I'm laying my mesh the side way, not the long way. Why do you all think I'm doing it this way?
And I'm doing mine the same way.
Yep. So why do you think we do that? Why do you think we're laying the mesh in sideways?
And I forgot I left 2 to make, so I can show them in just a minute how we made it.
Oh, sure. And so the other thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say the other thing that I'm going to go back and do while I am in the middle is I'm going to remove the extra pipe cleaner on the ones in the middle because I don't need those.
Right, because we're not going to add ribbon, right?
I don't need these extra pieces of pipe cleaner, so I'm going to remove mine.
Yep, I love it. All right, Michelle is saying more space for the other mesh.
Okay. I never thought about that, but I guess.
And we'll see if anyone else says anything.
Yeah. And I'm also very particular, Faith, and I'm sure you're the same way. We learned this. I'm very particular about the type of mesh that I use.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
Some of you have, Indella, you can attest to this. I have used other types of mesh, Dollar Tree mesh, you know, in home mesh from the home store, at home store, you know, and things like that. And it's definitely the quality of the mesh because it can fray easier. The less quality you have, the more fraying you have, and the more adhesive, like the E6000 spray and stuff like that, that you have to put on the mesh. So
Yes, for sure. And there's nothing wrong with the Dollar Tree if that's what you are, starting with. Because I know I started using some of those products, and I still have Dollar Tree mesh, but
Well,
it has a certain purpose. I
exactly.
wouldn't
Well,
put it in my wreath, like a
but
wreath like this.
the other thing is, sorry to interrupt you, but the other thing is
Mhm.
that you can also spray. You can spray it with the adhesive spray too, and that helps keep.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Vicky is saying more space is what
Okay.
I would say. Melissa is saying it makes it look fuller when it's sideways.
Okay. I think Melissa got it.
Hmm, I love
You
that.
got
And I would,
it.
yeah, is that, and I know for me, we talk about getting a lot of coverage on our bases. And Simone, I'm zooming through so fast. Let me hold it up. So do y'all see how just that quickly I've almost done a little over a half? Can you see how thick and full that looks? Hey,
Exactly.
April has made it. April from Made by Monroe Designs is here. And Sister
Hi.
Julia is here. And Shay is here. Hello, hello.
Hello,
Thank y'all for
hello.
joining us for our collaboration. All right, I'm getting my two pieces. Are you getting pretty close to the end of yours too, Simone?
Kind of.
Almost? Okay.
I spend a lot of time talking.
No, it's okay. Well, that'll give me time to make two in just a minute. You want to go and do our next trivia question?
Sure. So
Okay.
the next trivia question I think is mine, right?
Yep.
All right. So
No.
the next question is, what holiday is celebrated on the fourth Thursday in November in the United States?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I need a holiday right about now.
Right.
Look,
Already, right?
yeah, you're not back yet, but I just realized I said tomorrow will make a full month since I've already been back to work. And it feels like it's been over a month
We
already.
don't go back until the 3rd.
Oh, you still have a little summer left then.
Mm-hmm. I'm
That is
so excited
awesome.
about
Mm-hmm. That is
that.
awesome. Let's see. Vicky says our wreaths are looking great.
Thank you, Vicky. And
All
I
right, let's see.
go through and if I see a little bit of mesh sticking up, I will cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So the brown mesh, I was able to use a wood burning tool to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
But the other one, there was too much fabric in it, so I could not cut
Right.
it that way. So
Right. Yep.
I actually had to use a rotary cutter to cut that.
Yes.
So
Yep. Same here for this fabric mesh. I did not mention that earlier. So you can't use a wood burner because we'd start a fire. We don't want that.
right.
It would not cut. It would not cut or burn through this at all.
Exactly.
All right, we're getting lots of responses. So after I put this one in, I have two left, and I'll go ahead and pop some of those answers on the screen. I think we gave them an easier question this time because they're all coming up with answers.
Okay. Yeah, that was
All right. Yeah, let's see. So let's see. Vicky, I think, is the first one. She says Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
Darla says Thanksgiving. Melissa. Manny Torres says hola, hola.
Hola, Manny. Thank you for joining us. We're putting together wreaths, Manny.
Yeah. Mom says Thanksgiving, made by Monroe. April, she says Thanksgiving. Shay says Thanksgiving. Michelle, Julia, they're all saying Thanksgiving, Simone. So what is the answer?
Exactly.
So what is our answer for that one?
So the answer is, you all guessed it, Thanksgiving.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, give yourselves a point if you answered that one correctly. And I have two pieces left, y'all. So let me show you how I did it. So I've been really loving what I call more of a messy crumple. And by messy, what I mean is I'm not being as precise as I used to. And I simply just lay it on my table and I take the ends just like so. And I start to roll them towards each other. And when I roll them about 2 times each, I literally just scrunch it up in my hands. And that is how I'm making these beautiful crumples. Just like so.
And I do something similar, but I am a little bit more precise. Sorry.
No, it's
But
okay. It's okay.
I literally take one end, I roll it up, I clip it, I flip it over to the other side that's not rolled up. I roll that up to, I actually do 3 or 4 rolls. And
Yeah.
then I cruffle it up to the other end, and that's how I do mine. If you need me to demonstrate for you, I can do that. I have.
You want me to show them on this last one?
Oh, sure, please.
And I sometimes do it that way. What I noticed is I get a fuller cruffle when I do it this way. So that's why I stopped with the cruffle technique this way. But what Simone is saying, she puts it on the table with the curved side facing upward. I'm going to use my scissors just to keep it from rolling back on me.
Yeah.
And then all we're going to do, the end closest to me, I'm going to start rolling it. And in fact, that first roll, I'm almost going to just flatten it like that. And then I'm going to roll it about 3 times. The longer the piece of mesh, the more I can roll it. I'm going to use my little clip it in the middle, rotate it around so I can do the opposite side the same way. First one, I'm going to almost flatten that roll just like that. So 1, 2, and about 3 times. And then I literally scrunch or walk that mesh right up the middle, right there. Just like that. And look, there's our beautiful cruffle.
All right. And sometimes you skip some. Let me just make sure I didn't skip anything.
Okay, sure. And y'all, Simone, we're doing pretty good. Simone and I tried to come up with an like a time for everything. So Simone, even though we, had a few minutes delay at the beginning, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I did skip one, so.
Okay. I know it's beautiful. Let's see.
Everything looks beautiful, but you have to be very careful, you all, when you're doing this, so that you don't skip a space.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that you don't skip a pipe cleaner. So now I have to go back and just fill it in, but it shouldn't take me long to do that.
That's okay. Melissa is asking, what is the length of the mesh?
Thank you for asking that, Melissa. I cut mine at 20 inches each.
I did as well. So we both cut it at 20 inches, which for me was 1 roll. And I was happy about that and have to dig into a second roll. So typically the 20 inches will allow us to create 1 entire wreath.
Right. And sometimes depending upon the type of mesh that you're using, and I can't say that you really know. Some people, the goal is to do 20 inches, but sometimes just to make sure you have enough, sometimes we'll do 19.
Right, exactly. Oh, I've had that happen before. You think you have like 10-foot roll and it's not. There are a few inches short. So you're absolutely right.
Right.
And Melissa's asking about the pipe cleaner. So we have a total of 18. There are 12 on the outside, 6 on the inside. This wreath form has 6 sections. So we have 3 pipe cleaners per section.
Right.
And if you need to see that, I know I have videos on my YouTube channel, Melissa, if you need to go back and see how we do that. And I'm sure Simone probably has it on her page as well.
Well, I did the demonstration at the very beginning of this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So you can literally go back, Melissa, and watch the very beginning, and you'll see what the layout actually looks like. So when she was saying there are 12 on the bottom rung, the very bottom rung, there are 2 in each section, and they're about, I'd say about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. I think 2 inches is a lot, but about 1.5 inches away from the bar on the bottom that separates the sections. Yeah. So that's kind of how we do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or Faith, do you have a better way of explaining that?
No, I think that was great.
Okay.
I couldn't have done it better.
Oh, geez. All right. So now that I wasn't talking, I literally am. I'm putting my last 2 in now.
Oh, you're good.
Yep.
So Estella says they are so pretty, and Michelle says, I love the fall colors. Thank you both so much. This is making me.
Oh, go ahead.
This is making me feel like fall already, even though I know the temperatures are not cooler yet. And I was going to say, that's what I love about fall. I love the like breeze, the crisp air. I love sweater weather, being able to wear like some long sleeves, having that, chill, just that little chill, and decorating your home with like pumpkins and mums. I think
Exactly.
it's a beautiful time of the year. So yeah, I'm getting ready.
I actually also love just looking at the foliage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's so nice. All right.
Uh-huh.
So I am done. Are we going to show them what they
Yay.
look like?
Yes, yes, there we go. All right, y'all, here's what we have. Look at there.
I wasn't sure about the colors at first, but I actually like this combination.
Yeah, I think it's gorgeous too.
Thank you.
So that's our wreath base, y'all. What do
All
y'all
right.
think? Oh, they're saying love the colors. Mom says both wreaths are going to be pretty.
Thank you.
Vicky says beautiful. And hey, Miss Valerie. Valerie, I mailed your bow off today. So thank you again for your order.
Oh, nice.
All right. So are we ready to add our ribbons in?
Yeah. Absolutely. So
all right, let me get mine.
Okay.
You keep going.
I'm going to grab mine too.
Okay.
All right. So I chose colors that were complementary to I would just say fall in general. So something that is representative of fall are pumpkins.
Yeah.
And I also use like this flannel.
Ooh.
I love this. And this is really nice. I don't even remember where I got these. I think I got these from Michael's, but I'm not sure where I got these from. These might have come from Michael's as well, but these are gorgeous.
Okay. I love that color.
And so normally on some wreaths, you can cut them 14 inches long. For this one, I only cut it 13. And let me just measure it again. They're about 13 inches long. Yep. I cut them 13 inches long because sometimes I noticed that when I cut them too long, they end up like falling over the edge, and it sometimes catches onto things, and then it causes it to fold under. So I don't know what about those.
Yeah, those are beautiful choices. So I went through my stash and I actually found some ribbon I already had. So take a look at that one. This is some beautiful, it's like a natural background, but it has the orange pumpkins. I thought that would look beautiful.
Yeah.
And by the way, y'all, we're going to show you our two signs again in just a minute. And we'll talk more about the signs because usually this helps me pick out my materials. I'm sure Simone, you're the same way. Definitely. And then this one, I found this one at Sam's Club. Oh. And so I thought it was a whole set. I had to order it from online. So I hope I'm going to use this one. It's a little bit more like satin, and typically I stay away from satin. So I may or may not use this one, but it has like the fall leaves. And I did cut mine to 14 inches. So there we go. We have lots of browns. There's a little bit of like a moss green. It has a beautiful stitched edging that kind of resembles like a threading. But I think this is going to be my favorite ribbon for today right here. This one's also Sam's. Look at that. And it has glitter. I don't know if you, let me come up closer.
Oh, that's so vibrant. I love that.
And it has the two different colors of the, well, I should say 3 colors of the pumpkins, like orange. There's a cream, but I love that pop of blue in it. So that pumpkin right there is blue. And then I went with just a solid. So we're going to have some of that solid orange. That one also came from Sam's. So I'm using all Sam's today except for the pumpkin, which was Craft Outlet, one of my favorite stores to shop with. Hey, Miss Connie is here. So Connie actually wants a fall wreath. And I can't remember, Connie, if you said you wanted one for home or school. So Simone, while we're at it, I'm going to add the link for my wreath because I did go ahead and get it listed.
Do that, and I'm gonna grab my plug. My phone is on.
Okay, yeah, let's plug you in. So I'm going to add the link to this fall wreath if you're interested in it. It is available. I only have one. So if you think this is something you want, you can certainly click on the link and actually check out while we're live. Now, I don't have pictures of it, so it's going to say as seen on Facebook Live, but you are more than welcome to grab this wreath.
And as far as my wreath is concerned, I did not add a link, but if you're interested in purchasing the link, just send me a private message.
Awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
We need another trivia question.
Okie dokie.
While we add our ribbons.
Yes. So the next trivia question is, are you ready?
Yes.
In which month does Halloween occur? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
In which month does Halloween occur? I'm going to ask something differently.
Go ahead.
Differently. In the month of October, when Halloween occurs.
Go ahead.
What do you think? What do you think the most popular candy is that's eaten by our little kiddos? And I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look.
All right. All right. So y'all, Simone changed it on you. So if you're guessing Halloween, she's now asking a different question. What's the most popular candy during that month of October when we're celebrating Halloween? So that's what she's asking y'all now. And we're gonna get our ribbons added. You need me to probably look it up, don't you, Simone? So you can get started.
I'm looking it up.
And I've got to settle on if I'm going to use that other ribbon. So I'm going to wait and use that one in just a minute. So all of the Octobers have poured in, and now they're starting to give the candy that they think. So we'll pull those in just a minute.
Okay, I got it.
Got it? All right. So let's see. I'm going to start clicking some of the answers. You go ahead, Simone. What were you saying?
All right, so I am going to demonstrate to you all how I actually cut my ribbon. Obviously, I've cut it to 13 inches, okay, or 14. You can literally, 14 is the standard, but you can cut it 13 inches, you can cut it 15 inches. But what I do is I fold it in half. So I take that 13-inch ribbon, I fold it in half. Then, so I fold it in half this way. I'm going to show you. Fold my ribbon in half. And then I fold it in half the long way so that the wired edges meet each other, just like this. Okay. And then I cut a dovetail. So I cut from the wired edge to the folded edge to make my dovetail. Just like this.
Yep.
Okay. And there's your dovetail. All right. And depending upon how you angle your scissors, you can angle them up more just to give you a sharper dovetail. Just like that. And then it's just a little sharper.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's how you basically cut the ribbon.
Yeah, love that.
And oh, go ahead.
No, you finish. Okay.
I've done 6 of this checked pattern, and I've done 6 of the pumpkins. If you notice, I don't have as many ribbon as Faith. You have 4, right?
I did, yes. I'm going to hang. There's mine so far. I don't know if y'all can see the outside. So I added the first round of the 4 right here. Yep.
So tell them what you did that's special with that other solid ribbon.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. So
yeah,
the 2.5-inch ribbon, the wider ones, I added them in as just regular ribbon tails. But I decided with my 1.5-inch, I wanted to create more like what's called a half bow. And I literally just took the ribbon. This is the easy way to make a half bow. I don't crease it, but I just take the ribbon, fold it in half, but not crease it. And then I just pinch it where I want my loop to be, just like that. Then I take that back piece, which is technically on the wrong side, twist it towards me, And then I place it right into my wreath, just like so. So let me go ahead and drop that in where it goes. And it just gives the wreath a different look so that I don't have all ribbon tails, but it gives the illusion of a bow being present when there's not really a bow there.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
And I've done that before, but I chose not to do that today.
Yeah. Also, personal preference, you know, that's the beauty of being the designer. That's what I always tell my members in the creative circle. It's up to you when you're designing. You get to make those choices and those decisions.
Absolutely.
All right, you want to hear some of the answers?
Sure.
See. All right, so let's see. We have Darla, who says candy corn.
Okay.
Shay is saying candy corn. Valerie, candy corn. April, candy corn. Vicky is saying Reese's. Connie is saying candy corn. Melissa, candy corn. April also came back and said Reese's Cups or M&M. So she's getting several votes or answers in.
Mm-hmm.
Darla says she loves caramel apples.
Okay.
Michelle is saying M&M's and Julia is saying Reese's.
Okay.
All right. So you have to tell us. I think candy corn, but I don't know.
Well, the most logical answer would be, right? Would be candy corn.
Yeah. It seems like it should be, so that's why I'm choosing it.
Right. But the answer is the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Wow, y'all. So if you said Reese's, give yourself a point. So let's see. Who said Reese's? I'm going to go back to who's the first person.
A few people said it.
Yeah, first person to say it was actually Vicky. April also said it, and Julia. Awesome. Nice. Good job.
Yeah.
And let's see. We have someone just coming in. B, help me with this one. NMI Taylor. I don't know how to say the
B. Hi B. How are
B?
you? Yeah.
Hi, welcome.
Thank
you for joining us.
All right. So yes, I alternate my ribbons. And I flatten them out and I pinch them in the middle.
Yeah.
Just like this, just like a bow tie. And then I put them inside. And I actually am going to put this color right on the solid brown.
Mm-hmm. And I started angling mine down a little bit so that before I put them in, they're already pointing downward. So I noticed that helps too.
Definitely. I just like to manipulate it myself. I can do I like to manipulate that and then kind of feather it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and I think choosing the 13-inch was good for me.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really go wrong. Like you were saying, it's only really 1 inch difference.
Right.
And the more you design, for anyone who may be watching and you also design, it's totally up to you as far as the sizes. We're giving you what we use, but as you start creating, you'll have your own measurements that become your go-tos for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
All right.
Missing anything?
We didn't ask them about their favorite fall color combinations if you want to do that. So.
Sure. What do you all think? What are your favorite fall color combinations? Can you tell which ones are mine?
I bet we can.
Yes, mine are oranges, browns, beiges. I love those colors together. And different variations of those colors. Variations of oranges, variations of browns.
Yeah.
So
I think I love those too. I don't know if you say green. I like moss green as well. A little bit of green.
Yeah.
And it all depends on what I'm decorating too. But
Exactly.
Yeah. Really can't go wrong with any of those.
Right.
Shay says she likes burnt orange and brown.
Ooh, yes. Yes. And again, that's a variation of orange. So yes, absolutely.
Yep. Because I noticed the orange I'm using today with my ribbon is more of a burnt orange, and it's pairing very nicely with this other shade of orange that I have.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I just love your mesh. It's the colors are so
Oh,
vibrant.
thank you. Yours too.
Thank you.
And I love fabric mesh. I just like the way it feels. It gives me that feeling like fall too, you know?
So, but the
Like
other thing that you do, Faith, is you actually also make floral, like not floral, but flower wreaths.
yeah,
So,
I do.
and the fabric is perfect for that, right?
It is. Now, I will say mostly I use poly burlap,
Yeah.
but I have used fabric mesh in some of them. And yeah, it works perfectly for it. In fact, I think I probably need to go ahead and make some more sunflower wreaths. Those are my popular sellers during fall, so I love those.
Yes.
All right. So I actually cut extra mesh, or not mesh, ribbon, because I wasn't sure if I was going to use the leaves, but I decided it looks good. So hopefully it'll hold its shape. That's the only concern I have with satin.
Oh,
So
that's
I
why
think
you
it's
did.
gonna,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had cut extras just in case. I decided to only use 3, but since I'm using the 4, I'll
Yes.
have a piece left over for each, and I'm good with that.
And the other thing I would like to say to everyone is the for me, and I know for Faith too, I like to, if I can, prepare everything ahead of time because
Yeah.
that cuts down on preparation, like not preparation, but creation time.
Yeah, it does. You're right. It does. I've had people ask before, how long does it take to make a wreath? And it's hard to answer that because it starts in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the whole gathering your supplies. And sometimes that might mean you have to purchase supplies.
Right.
And then you have to prep all your materials. So Simone and I decided we would do a lot of that off camera so that our live today would literally be you watching us create. So it's kind of difficult to just give a blanket answer, and each wreath is different, you know?
Right.
So,
Right.
but
Right.
it's made up of all those different components, I would say.
Do you know how well in advance you prep, Faith?
Um, you mean like when I'm getting ready to make a wreath?
Yeah.
It all depends. Like if it's a custom order that comes in, I start preparing as soon as I'm interacting with the customer. We're having the conversation about the wreath, so I can give them the price. So
Right.
after they pay for their wreath, I go ahead and place the order.
Yeah.
And as soon as the materials arrive, that's when the prep starts. Sometimes I already have the materials, but I find I like to get everything together first before I start prepping, even if I have some of it on hand, because sometimes when you see it in person, things change.
Right. Yeah.
So that's how I handle custom orders. If it's something that I am making for my creative circle, like I realized today, Simone, as I was getting ready, I was so busy preparing for us today that I hadn't really thought about my class tomorrow because I teach in the creative circle every Sunday at 5. And if anyone watching, by the way, is interested, I'd love to have you join us. I'll share that link in just a bit.
Yes.
But so I would say for those weekly classes, I start thinking early. Like I have an entire list. I call it my lesson plan jot list because I'm an educator. That's what I'm used to
Of course.
doing when I was in the classroom. So I have my running list and I'm constantly thinking and revisiting. So I would say for my Sunday classes, I start prepping usually Fridays so that the prep work is hopefully done Saturday. Sometimes I finish on Sundays. Creating freely, I haven't really had time to just do that lately because I'm so busy. But I guess if I were to have an idea for a wreath, for me, it would probably start whenever I know I have the time to make it. So I say probably maybe a day to just gather everything. But a lot of times, Simone, if I'm just making it and it's just me, I don't even prep. I do it all. Like I sit here and cut the mesh, and then I grab my form and I go ahead and start adding it to the form. And that might be all I do for that sitting. And then
Okay.
it might be the next day that I come back and I say, okay, now I'm going to do the ribbon. So really it depends on my schedule and how much time I have. So I kind of tend to do it in pieces if needed. I can't really say that I ever do it from start to finish at this moment in time. Now, when I'm off, of course I have more time. But what about you? How do you do yours?
Me, the same thing. I mean, especially if someone, because I have to create a wreath for someone, a special order as well. And I actually, if I can, I will start prepping well in advance, especially if I'm in the store and I see something and I think the 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 customer might, want or like whatever it is
Yeah.
that I'm going to show, like florals or something like that.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
start maybe a week or two early, and then I just start gathering all the materials.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. So the timeline really, it just depends on who it's for, the occasion, do you have the materials or not, and all
Right,
the things.
right.
We
So,
have some more color combinations too. Melissa says navy blue, orange, and yellow. Ooh, those are pretty.
ooh, yeah, I like
Michelle
that.
likes, Michelle likes green, orange, and burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
Vicky is saying orange, ivory, and sage green.
Yeah.
Julia loves black and orange. So she's right there ready for October too. And Michelle loves sunflowers. And Alicia's here. Alicia, I've been missing you. How are you? Thank you for joining our collaboration. All right. Did you get yours added in?
I'm all done.
All right. You want to hold it up? Oh, look at there, y'all. Look at what we did. They both look beautiful, Simone. I love it.
I love it.
So what do y'all think, though? Let us know in the comments what you think.
What do you
And
think?
now, I think our favorite time is here, Simone, because we get to reveal this sign. So let me grab both signs for you. And I'm losing my earbud again, but I can still hear you. Hold on, let me pick this one up.
Okay.
All right. So I don't know if it was quite a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago or so, Simone and I came up with two signs, and I actually designed these and created the signs for us for today. And we asked you all to help us vote. So we're going to give you one last opportunity to chime in. Which sign do you think was the winning sign? So this was sign number 1, and it's the fall truck. Hold it so you can see. There we go. That was sign number 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had sign number 2 was the fall scarecrow. So we'll give you one more time. Go ahead and drop a 1 or a 2, or you can say truck or scarecrow, whichever is easy. But 1 was truck, 2 was scarecrow. And Simone and I said they're both beautiful, right? You couldn't go wrong with either one. So let's see what you all.
Faith too. You're so talented. Faith actually created both of those signs.
I did. And I was telling someone, I never knew I would even do, well, first of all, have a desire to do it, be able to do it, but I feel so blessed that I have, I guess, the gift and the talent to be able to do it. And so literally after Simone and I decided we were going to do this collaboration, and she said, let's do fall. So I said, well, I might be able to make us a sign. Mm-hmm. And literally that's how the idea was born. So yeah, I'm honored to create these gorgeous wreaths, and I added them both to my Etsy shop. So if you all today decide you would like one of these, you can craft right along with us and make a beautiful wreath. Or if you are not a wreath maker, you could just decorate with this in your home. Like I've seen people put these like on an easel and display it like a shelf sitter, display it like on your mantle, or if you have a bookshelf or you just want something to add a little just fall embellishment, you can certainly do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Mount it onto wood as well. They can mount it onto canvases.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's a great idea. All right, let's see what they're saying. We have truck. So that's 1. All right, scarecrow, scarecrow, truck, scarecrow, scarecrow, truck. Melissa says beautiful, just like us. Oh, that's so sweet. And truck. So I think, oh my goodness, it feels like the same votes came in. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I didn't tell Simone. So this truck sign got 35% of the votes, and you all voted 65% for us to use the scarecrow. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. So this is our sign for today. And they're both beautiful. I mean, we could literally take the same base that we have.
Right.
And look, I can drop this truck right on it and it looks gorgeous, right?
Right.
But look at there, y'all. So we're going to add our sign to the wreath. And I have already punched holes in my sign. I use my metal hole punch. You can find those in the jewelry section, but I just needed something that would allow me to punch a hole through this. And then all I'm going to do, I keep floral wire on my table, but you could use a pipe cleaner.
And
just
this is
anything.
what the hole punch looks like.
Yes. Yep. There it is. Simone is holding hers up.
Yep.
And so I'm just going to use some 22 gauge wire, just like so. I'm going to cut a good length of it so I have enough to feed it through my wreath. This is probably about 15 inches. You just want it long enough so you can feed it through. And then I'm going to cut another piece because I placed 2 holes in my sign, one at the top, one at the bottom. If you decide you want to order a sign from me, I will ask you if you want holes, and you can either tell me where you want your holes placed, or you can say no holes and you will add your own holes. I'm going to add those links right now. So if you want let's do the scarecrow sign first.
Yep.
Here's the link to it on Etsy. And if you're interested in the truck sign, here is that link. As soon as this is added. Let's see.
And I actually use pipe cleaners to put my my sign on. I put that little tiny hole, and it might look like the pipe cleaner is not going to fit through it, but it does. It fits right in there. I put it on, and then I wrap it.
Yeah.
Wrap it around so that it's secure on each side. I did my holes on the top and bottom.
Yep. And Simone, it looks like it wouldn't let me put them on your page. So I'm just you may not see this yet, but I put it in our chat, our private chat, but you can always go back later. Or if there's anyone on Simone's page, you're welcome to come over to A Touch of Faith to grab the links, but I'll make sure Simone has them and she can share them with you.
Sure.
All right. So we're adding our wire or our pipe cleaner.
Yep.
And let's do another trivia question too. Yep, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so trivia question number 4. What do y'all think? Let's see. What nut is often roasted and eaten during the fall, especially during Thanksgiving? So that's your question. What nut is often roasted and eaten during the fall, especially during Thanksgiving? We'll see what y'all come up with. And while you're giving us that, I think for us, Simone, do you want to talk about why you love using signs in your wreaths? Do you always add a sign?
I don't always add a sign because sometimes, well, you all have seen me. Most of the time, I'm doing floral wreaths. I love adding flowers and greenery and butterflies in my wreaths. But for a holiday, for a special occasion, for a season like fall, and different things like that, I will add the sign because they're so cute, right?
Yeah.
And it depends. Sometimes you can find a sign that sends a perfect message, right?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Mine, I'm going to actually put off to the side so that I can have room for a really big bow at the top. What are you going to do, Faith?
I think I'm going to do the same thing. And I have to stand up when I do this part for some reason so I can see what I'm doing. So before I do it, I'd already stood up and I was like, oops, I didn't tell Simone I was doing this, but you got it. You caught on real fast. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it off to the side. So I like to do the same thing so I can see. So I'm going to put my sign off to the side, and then I'll have a bow coming here from the top. So yes, I do that same thing. And I would say I do add a lot of signs. I would say most of my wreaths probably have a sign. I love designing with signs, and I would say that the sign for me is what determines my materials. I start with the sign first, And then that is what helps me pick out my mesh, pick out my ribbons. It's just that foundation, that starting point. Now, there are times when I have a project that doesn't require a sign. Like recently, I had a customer who wanted a smaller version of the burlap and black and white plaid wreath that I showed on my page. And so she didn't need a sign. She didn't want one actually. And so that's when I can really add more florals or more of the bow, like the ribbon. So I love it. I don't have to, but I do love adding signs. And even when I make swags, I like to incorporate them if they feel like they fit the design. So it really all depends on what I'm doing.
Right.
But yeah, that's how I tend to do it.
And sometimes I make it hard for myself because if I don't use a sign, then I have to rely on other elements in the wreath to
Yeah.
decide on my pattern, like my color pattern and all of that stuff. So
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Because I know I was planning for my summer workshop that I did this summer. What was it? The
in
Summer
June,
Splendor. Yes, in June. And I think Simone's camera went out. She'll be back though. But the Summer Splendor, she may have gotten a phone call because sometimes y'all that will kick you off. So we'll give her a moment to come back. I'm adding this sign, and we'll get your comments in just a second because I see y'all are commenting. I see Valerie also voted for the Scarecrow. I know the Scarecrow is precious, isn't it? So this is what it's looking like so far. And I think, you know what, Simone, I think you're still here. We just can't see you. So now, okay, she'll be back, y'all. And you know how technology is. And I was telling those of you on my page, you know, I had some camera issues before where it kept kicking me off, but I think we fixed it. There she is. She's back.
I was getting a phone call.
That's what I told them. I said, she probably got a phone call and it's going to kick her off. Did you do not disturb? I forgot to tell you that.
I don't even know how to do that. So,
okay. You're Android, right? Yeah.
Okay,
you're Android. Are you Android?
No, I'm
iPhone. Okay, so just pull down, like on your screen, you can pull down.
Even while we're doing this?
Now that I don't know because I'm not on my phone.
It was just my son calling me, so.
Okay.
He can come home or whatever and talk to me.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be okay.
Yeah. What I will do is I'll text him and let him know that I'm on live.
Yeah, that'll be good. So I was saying when I had the summer workshop, I think it was at the start of July, there was one design I was prepping for and it was not going to have a sign, and that was very challenging. I think I started with the florals first.
Yep.
And then I worked myself backwards, and then I said, okay, well, do I want any mesh? And if so, what mesh? So you're right. It absolutely, in a sense, makes you think a little bit more, you know?
Right. Definitely.
All right, I don't see a lot of responses. So I'm going to ask the question again, y'all. So what nut is often roasted and eaten during fall, especially during Thanksgiving? And we'll give you a couple more minutes, a few seconds to give us your responses. I think I've gotten my sign where I want it. I'm going to look at it one more time. Oh, it looks beautiful. Is that your right side too that you have it on?
It's on my left.
When on your left. Okay.
Look down at it. It's on my left.
I got it. Okay, so I'm putting mine on my right, and I just wanted to get the positioning for you correct. So it's amazing how you and we went opposite.
Yeah.
All right, so I tend to go right with mine. All right, so there we go, y'all.
I'll hold mine up again.
Yeah. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Look at there. And look at how our bases are making the sign pop, like both the brown and yours with the cream and the orange, and then even this one with the orange color. See, it's just really making it pop. I
I'm
love it.
when I look at this, I'm actually glad I chose the different checked patterns because there's a checked pattern in his shirt, in the
There
scarecrow shirt.
is. You know what? I just saw that too. And it's kind of pulling the plaid from my mesh too. Yeah, I love that.
Nice.
I love it. All right,
Right.
let me see what people are saying. So Melissa says pecan. Oh, I love pecans.
I do too.
Vicky is saying chestnuts. Julia pecans. Michelle pecans. Melissa put her pecans back in to make sure we saw it. We got you, Melissa. So did Michelle. And then Vicky says beautiful work. Estella says beautiful. And Julia says beautiful.
Nice.
All right, y'all. So the answer for number 4, give yourselves a point if you said chestnut. So yes, chestnuts are the ones. You eat chestnuts?
No.
I don't think I do either. I probably would say pecan too.
Exactly. I don't know. I don't even know how those taste, actually.
I don't either. And it makes me think of, is it the Christmas song where it says chestnuts roasting on an open fire?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know either.
I guess you have to
Simone.
roast them on an open fire, I guess, to eat.
That's right. That's right. They have to be roasted. You're right. All right, you ready to make a bow?
Yep.
All right, so let's grab, I'm going to use my Easy Bow Maker. I think Simone has her Bodabra.
Yep, I'm going to use my Bodabra.
And that's just something that's a tool that allows us to have our hands free while we are making our bows. And I'm going to grab my ribbon.
Oh, let me go grab it. I put it over in the other room. Just a moment.
Okay, take your time. So I'm going to bring back all my ribbons, y'all. And then I'm not sure yet if I'm going to add any others because a lot of times when I am creating a bow, I'll pull in some ribbon that may not have been in my original choice of bows. So let me look back just to see. Simone and I were talking about this. That wreath had some black, or the sign had some black and white. So I did grab some black and white. I don't know if I want to use it. I need to look. And then look, Simone, I had that. So that's like a gingham check. Yep, it's orange, black, and white. But I think this orange is brighter, so I don't want to use that.
Mm-hmm. And you're able to pull some black into yours, though, which is nice.
Yeah, yep. And then because of the blue in his overalls, that's why I chose that blue in the pumpkin ribbon. But I found this one, so I don't know. I'm going to see how that maybe would look.
Yeah.
And then I had this one. It's kind of like a little stitch edging. It has some more orange. So
yeah, that's pretty.
Probably definitely going to use the 4 I started with. I'm just going to put them here. And then go from there. What choices are you? Are you using just the same ones?
So I'm actually going to definitely pull in the 2 that I use for my tails. So I'm going to use those 2.
Beautiful.
And I have these 3. I wanted to, because it isn't a lot of sparkle, so I wanted to add some sparkle to mine. I like sparkle. Yeah. Brown, checked.
I love that. That's beautiful.
I love it. And then the pumpkins.
Ooh, now see that I love. Oh my goodness. It has like the edging too, doesn't it? The stitched.
Yeah, and it has the gold. So I'm like, well, it'll go with, and this isn't really gold, but I mean, I think because it's sparkly, it'll add some flair. This will add some flair because there's some sparkle in the other ribbon. So.
I love it. That's gorgeous. It's going to be beautiful, whatever we choose.
Right.
And I think while we're deciding, because I guess I'm deciding and Simone's going to probably start prepping, let's do another trivia question. So what popular fall drink is made with steamed milk, espresso, and a mix of traditional autumn spices? And I know if Melissa was here, she would know this answer instantly, because Melissa's always telling me about a drink that I need to try, like at Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts.
Right.
So what popular fall drink is made with steamed milk, espresso, and a mix of traditional autumn spices? So that's what you have for your question. All right, Simone, you got a funny story for us with bow making?
A funny story with bow making.
Or it could be a tip for us.
A tip or a funny. Ooh, I'm gonna ask a question though before I even do that. Now, when I think about it, I think, and you all can help me with this. Here's the orange, right?
Yeah.
Here's the brown. The brown has a little bit more sparkle to it, and it's in the actual. So I hold the wreath up. See how this? Do you think this brown or the orange? So here's the orange.
Pretty.
Here's the orange, and here is the brown.
They're both pretty, Simone.
So I don't know. I mean, what do you all think? Let's take a vote, because I could go either, in either direction. I could use the orange or the brown. What are they saying?
So you have Vicky saying orange so far. Michelle is saying orange.
Okay.
Michelle also said love that brown first, and then she came back and said orange. And look, while they're voting, look at what I found. So this was also in that stash with the fall.
Oh, that's pretty.
It's a blue from Sam's. So I didn't use all of them. There are 2 more 2.5-inch ribbons. So I went just out and I thought, you know what? I could pop some of the solid. Maybe.
That's really pretty. It might, that solid is going to bring out the other blues as well.
So. Yeah, absolutely.
So most. All
right. Orange is coming through. 2 more votes for orange just came through.
Okay, so I'll do the orange then.
Okay. Look, because you couldn't go wrong either way.
Right. And I'm actually going to, let's see, I'm going to break up. Let me see. I'm going to start that at the bottom. And
I think I'm going to do these, Simone.
Yeah.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Solid, so I'm going to probably leave that at the bottom.
Yeah. So for my Sam's Club people, I know April loves Sam's. I don't know. April, are you still here? These are the other 2. She might already have this one. So that was in there. It's like a plaid with the blue, the brown, the cream, and then look at that one with the florals. Wow. I mean, any of those could have been added. I felt like this one might be another satin, so I didn't open them. I have to finish. Well, I might do it real quick. Why not? Let me open real quick just to see what they feel like. And then
I'm going to open up this one.
Okay.
My first one, because I'm going to put my, and so these are actually 2.5 inches. So I'm going to put that on the bottom. I'm going to put one on the bottom and one on the top.
Okay. This one is satin, by the way. So, and it's not that I won't use it, but for my bow, I want a very strong foundation. So I'm going to save that.
Right.
So I didn't even put the leaf in as one of my ribbons for the bow because of that.
Right.
So let's see how this one feels. Michelle, you like the plaid? Yes, we will definitely be designing with this again. I haven't decided if we're going to use it tomorrow in our creative circle or not, but you're going to see it again. All right, now this one feels better. So it's not like a heavy canvas. It might be like a light body canvas. Yeah. This would definitely hold its shape. So
it will.
So maybe let's see if we want to put this in.
And
I have to see it.
Can you explain to them why you are talking about the body and the shape, holding its shape and all that?
Yeah, I certainly will. So like this ribbon, which is absolutely gorgeous, and I will use it in my bow. I want something that's going to really stand out. And I could make this do it. I wouldn't put it on the very bottom of the bow if I were to design with it. But I want something that really will, especially if this is going to be like a wreath hung outdoors. If the wind blows, I don't want the loop flipping and flopping.
Exactly.
Right? I want it to stay. So right now, with me playing with it, you can see I can open that layer, that loop, and it's staying for the most part. But that's just indoors. I'm really working to find great ribbon selections here that no matter where my customer hangs this wreath, it's going to hold with its shape and that
Exactly.
bow. Does that
Exactly.
make sense? So yeah, that's my thought with my satin, but they have their purpose, they have their place. I do use them. They're not my favorite. Like that's not what I'm going to go out and run and buy. Like, oh, I get
Exactly.
excited over canvas ribbon. And Simone and I were recently talking about this high quality ribbon. Once you start using it, oh my goodness, it changes your life.
Exactly.
Changes so much. But if you just need some ribbon to add, like to your Christmas tree, I know some people do trees at all times of year. So let's say if you have a fall tree and you just want to make some ribbon tails or even those little bows to go in your trees, that will work perfectly for it.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So we're going to see if I'm going to use that one. I added that as my second ribbon now. So we're going to see.
Yeah.
So we ready to start making our bow?
Yep.
All right. So we're going to basically grab our first ribbon. And because Simone and I do this often, we probably already know about how long we want to make it. But if you don't, you can basically bring your design back to you and you can kind of hold it up to see where you're placing your ribbon for your bow, where you want your tail to end. So that's a good way to measure the length of your tail.
Yeah.
And I already know that this is going to be about 8 inches for me. So I'm going to do an 8-inch tail. And then you can take it over and fold it over, make a loop. And see about what size loop looks good to you. And a lot of times I remember when I first started, I had no idea. So I literally would go by what I heard other designers doing. But the more I started to understand what really it entails when you're measuring, now I have my own answers. So for me, I typically love about a 5-inch loop. So this was what I pinched. Let me see if that's about 5. And guess what? It is. So I'm going to start my bow with 8-inch tails and 5-inch loops. What about you?
I'm going to do 10 and 5.5, 5.5, 5 and 5.5. So
love it.
10. So my tails are going to be 10 inches. And one way that I can measure this is if I put this in the middle on my measured little canvas, not canvas, but my little table mat. I can put it in the 10 on the 10-inch line and make sure that when I lay my ribbon inside my Bodabra, that it is actually falling on the 20-inch line. And just about, so I can pull this back in a little bit, and I'll keep pulling it in until it is the length that I want it. And now it's 10 inches. So, and then my loops are going to be 5.5 inches. That's how I learned to make them. So I've stuck with that. I do end up sometimes having to cut it back, but not by too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the thing too. If you're not sure, it's better to go larger than not because you can always trim it down. But if it's too short, you have to start again. And of course, I have found with the loops, even if they're too larger, you can kind of shape them to where they don't appear as large. I don't know if you ever do that, Simone.
What?
But where you can shape, like if your loop ends up being bigger than what you want, you can actually kind of shape it and make it appear a little smaller than what you may needed it to be.
Oh, I've never tried that before.
Oh yeah, it works. I don't always do it, but sometimes, like if I have a larger loop than I meant to, rather than start over, I just kind of reposition the way that loop is sitting in there.
Okay.
So Estella is saying, will you ladies do this together again? I think we will, won't we, Simone?
I think we will. Absolutely.
So Estella, the question is, are you saying you want us to do it together again? And since we're talking about that, let us know, are y'all enjoying this today? And do you want us to do it again? Because I tell you, we're having fun. We're making and creating something together.
Right, exactly.
So one thing different with the bow maker, Easy Bow Maker, I don't have to use my mat because it already has a ruler. And that's one of the things I love about it. It goes up to 8 inches. And so I'm literally just going to measure it right here on my bow maker. And I'm going to scrunch right here at the pegs because I know that's where the 0 inches is.
Yep.
And then when I pinch, because I need to see the wrong side of the ribbon, I'm going to twist. And because of making bows with Pro Bow the hand, and if you have not ever done so, you'll learn a little later. If you ever have an opportunity, I always twist away from my body. It just helps when you're doing Pro Bow the hand.
Right. And I twist away from mine too. I just didn't tell them that.
Yeah, that's okay. So now
you're doing that demonstration, so
yeah, that's okay. And I do teach bow making in my creative circles. So that's probably why, because these are some of the things I drill.
Yep.
And now I'm on the wrong side. So I'm going to measure 5 inches and I'm going to loop it. So I drop it in between my 2 pegs again. I'm going to drop it in and I'm measuring with my left hand as I pull to make sure it's at 5 inches. I'm scrunching it or pinching it in the middle. And I want 1 loop of each color. So I'm making what's sort of called a funky bow. So I'm going to go ahead and twist away from my body inside of those pegs. And what you will find is the harder you do that twist, if you get that twist nice and straight, your bow will look beautiful when you're finished. Okay. And then I have 1 more loop to make. So I fluff as I go. That's another advantage, I would say, of the Easy Bow Maker, because I can move my tail out of the way. So I'm going to move it up so I can see my ruler again. And I'm going to, it's back on the wrong side. So I need to leave it as so because I want to see the right side. So I'm going to drop that ribbon right in and measure out 5 inches. And it already is. And then the last step is I'm going to cut the length of my tail to match what we started. For me was 8 inches. I'm going to cut that down. And just like Simone said, we're going to dovetail the end. So I'm going to fold it like a hot dog. Where that folded edge is, I'm cutting from the folded edge to the outside open edge. The deeper you cut, the bigger your bee will be. And look at that. We have a beautiful dovetail. And because I like to fluff as I go, I will take my loops and tails and go opposite each other. And look, y'all, this is the start of my beautiful bow.
And I did mine while I was
yeah, look at there. So I love it.
Spread mine apart too. I do.
Yeah. So Simone was able to fluff hers out as she's going. My brother is here. Hey, Matt, how are you?
Hi, Matt. How are you?
And let's see. Joan Grimes is here.
Hi, Joan. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you all are sprinkling us out because we are going to be doing giveaways. So we need to have quite a few people on in order to benefit from this giveaway.
Yes, we're going to do that towards the end. So y'all stay tuned. And I see answering our question that Estella asked if we would do it again. And we said, do y'all want us to? So Vicky said it's been very enjoyable. Julia says, yes, do it again. Michelle says, enjoying it very much. Melissa says, I'm going to put hers on the screen. She says, please, I have learned so much from each of you ladies.
Oh, thank you, sweet friend. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that warms our hearts so much. And y'all, we haven't given you the answer yet. So if you want to take a couple more moments while we're making our bow, what nut is often roasted? Nope, wrong one. Wrong question. What popular fall drink is made with steamed milk, espresso, and a mix of traditional autumn spices? All right, we're ready for ribbon 2?
Yep.
All right. How many do you have again? Did you say 5 or 4?
I have 4.
Okay, so I guess I have 5.
No, I have 5. I'm sorry, I have 5.
Okay, good, because I added in that plaid.
Yep.
I think this is going to be beautiful. Whew.
So then I go down 1/2 inch for mine. So my tails are going to be 9, and I cheat because I have my measurements written on my bodega.
Oh, I got
so 9.5 are the tails, so 9.5 inches long, and then the loop is going to be 4.5 inches. Okay.
Perfect. I love it.
Don't remember the measurements. You can always go back and watch this to get the actual measurements of the tails and the loops.
That's right. And if you're on my page, if you comment #bow recipe, you'll get the recipe that I'm using. And I'll make sure Simone gets the link so that you can get my bow recipe.
Nice.
But I'm doing the same thing. So I'm going to do 4.5 inch loops, 7.5 inch on the tail. So we're just basically repeating the same thing because for this bow, we're using 1 loop of each ribbon on each side.
Right.
And yeah, this is turning out gorgeous already, Simone. I can tell it's going to be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it's not,
I told them the wrong thing. My tails are 9.5 inches and my loop is 5 inches. So I'm just moving down 1/2 inch for either the tail or the loop. Sorry about that.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right. I thought that's what you said, but I was kind of half listening because I was trying to do that link at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the whole purpose of bringing it in is just so you can see each layer. If you kept your measurement the same, your top loops will basically extend out the same distance from the center as your bottom layer of the bow. So it's just to showcase each layer of your bow.
Right.
I'm going to ask my brother a question. Matt, did y'all get Jeremiah back to college? My nephew had to go back to college today.
I'll be doing that next Monday.
Oh, yeah, it's that time, isn't it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's like, where did the summer go? That's what I said.
Mm.
All right, I'm going to see how I like this one. So far, it looks pretty good. So I'm doing the same thing. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to do the same thing. I like to go ahead and dovetail the ends so it's ready to go. And notice I fluffed again, but I'm doing the opposite. So on the last loop or last ribbon, the tail went to the top. So the loop is going to the top and the tail is coming to the bottom, which means on the left, the loop is going to the bottom and the tail is going to the top.
And one way that I make sure that my loops are the same is I pull them up. So let me move my tail out of the way. I pull them up and make sure that they are even when I pull them up here. So that's
I love it
without having to measure.
Yeah, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Be ready to hold yours up almost?
Almost.
Okay. Julia says she doesn't know what that drink is, so we'll have to tell in just a few moments what the drink is. Michelle says her children go back to school on August 26th. So that's what next week.
Oh, wow. Right.
So, well, not next week. Yeah. So 2 Mondays from now. So they have a little bit of time left.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit.
Oh, I'm off a little bit. Yeah. So 2 Mondays from now, I take my daughter back.
Oh, okay. So same date then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you added that glitter in. That's pretty.
Mm-hmm. I'm noticing it now. And it's nice that it's at the bottom because it pops at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
But when we spread it out, I mean, it ends up, you can still.
Right. Push that forward just a little bit.
All right. So, are you ready?
Yes, ready. All right, here's what we have, y'all. Look at there. And isn't it amazing how we both just added a plaid?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I love it. Yours is beautiful too. What do y'all think about our bows?
I'm going to dovetail mine while you're talking.
Okay. Oh, I just realized something. I can tell who's on your page because there's a little link on their icon. So that's neat. I just noticed that.
Oh, really?
That's pretty cool. Yep. They're saying amazing. Love them. Pretty. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you. All right, I better open the blue. I'm assuming the blue is going to feel like the burnt orange. It was like a canvas feel, but let me see.
Okay.
Pretty sure I love it. Usually with the solids, you can't go wrong. Oh yeah, this feels amazing. Let me hold it up. Yeah, it matches the blue in his overalls perfectly.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. That was a little unexpected there. I didn't even plan to grab that, but I always like to bring more than what I think I need just in case. And I
Exactly.
left that, yeah, I left that ribbon there. I was like, you know what? I might use it. I might not.
All right. So, and I'm going to use the pumpkins.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. So we're going to do that same thing. So Simone's going in 1/2 inch. So
Yep.
she's probably at
4
9 inches.
Yep.
Yeah.
9 inches and then 4.5.
Yep. So I'm at 7 inches and 4 inches.
And of course, the smaller ones, the 1 inch ones are easier to manage.
Mhm. They are. They really are easier to work with.
Yep. And I think I have just enough.
Hmm. Oh, okay. That was your
For the,
leftover ribbon.
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I added this in. It's really bringing the blue out
Oh,
from the
nice.
pumpkin. Yeah, and that plaid. Righty. So, do you have a favorite fall drink before we reveal the answer?
Who, me?
Uh huh.
Not particularly.
Hmm.
Maybe apple cider.
Hmm. That's a good one. I didn't think about apple cider.
Yeah, apple cider. I definitely because I look for the apple cider donuts.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
I can't really think of a favorite fall drink right off.
no,
I know I tend to start drinking different teas, but they're mostly just things to, I don't know, like stay healthy, I guess. Just to, take care of yourself. It's not
yeah,
like for fun. It's more of, oh, I feel like I need some tea. Let me get some tea.
I love tea. I have bunches of teas actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Let's see.
So this time, y'all, I'm back to putting my tail at the top. So loop is going toward the bottom on the right, and then on the left, I'm doing the opposite. So
Yeah,
literally, this row is repeating what I did on that first layer.
right.
And if I were making this by hand, I would have to try to figure out how to hold everything in my hand while also navigating all the ribbons. And it can be done, but this is so much easier for me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I was saying. And we only use wired ribbon. I'm saying we, Simone, you only use wired ribbon, right?
Only, yeah, it's
Yeah.
easier.
Because if you don't have that wire, you can't make it like keep its shape. And so notice how I have my ribbon. I was just pushing it up. This is what I was saying. Like sometimes if the loop is too large like this, I just push it in and see how I'm making it look like it's smaller
Right.
just by pushing it in some. But that's how you can fluff open your layers as well. Just like so. All right, and Simone is dovetailing.
Yep.
That just gives it a finished look. Oh, Doreen is here and she says she sprinkled.
Oh, thank you, Doreen. Thank you
Yes,
so
we appreciate that. And if anyone else is just coming in and you want to take an opportunity to sprinkle us out, we would absolutely love that. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here.
How are you, Doreen?
Because we're making a whole wreath today from
Oh,
start to finish. All
exactly.
right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go, everyone. Look at there. Oh, wow. Isn't that beautiful? It looks
I
gorgeous.
love those colors.
Thank you. I love yours too. Doreen says she's doing good.
Oh, that's great, Doreen.
Mm-hmm. All right. So y'all know I threw this one in at the last minute. So here's another little twist for me, but I love this because it has that blue, but also the burnt orange is coming back into the design now because I want to bring my orange back.
Mm-hmm. And this brown is going to tone down the oranges that I've been using.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yay. All right, so we're coming in another 1/2 inch or so. And if you don't measure, you don't have to. You just bring it in just a little bit.
Right. Mine is 8.5. And then the loop stays the same, though. The loop stays at 4.5.
Okay. And I'm going to do 6.5. And where am I? 3.5. So just a little tail this time. Doreen says, very pretty. Thank you, Doreen.
Thank you, Doreen.
And don't forget, y'all, these wreaths are for sale if you're interested. And I did not pin the link. Simone is asking that you message her if you're interested in her wreath. And I'm going to add the link back one more time for those who might be interested in this one. So this can be hanging on your door for fall.
Right. So you better buy it up quick because I'm sure my mother saw this. She says she wants it. And I'm like, absolutely not. You have enough wreaths.
Who was that? Your mom said that?
My mom.
Oh,
yeah.
And our moms are so supportive, aren't they?
Yes, they are. I told my mother, I said, you need to come on. Because I said, why don't you come live with me? She was like, oh, no. And she was like, if you were making sweet potato pies, I'd come live with you.
Wow. Well, you know what?
I said, I'm going to call your card. Let's do it.
I was going to say, you need to do it then, just so she can come on.
And then I said, I'm going to do that. And she's like, oh, no.
That is too funny.
Yeah. My daughter said she would. She wants me to make her a wreath for her dorm.
Okay.
So I said, I will if you come live with me.
Oh.
So maybe on the day that I make her wreath for her dorm, she'll come live with me.
And that's not too much to ask, I would say.
Absolutely not.
Let's see. Kenny Ray is here. Hello, sweet friend.
Hi, Kenny. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, Kenny. So excited to have you. No, I was just speaking. So excited to have you.
Mm-hmm. We're making fall wreaths, Kenny. And we're making our bow now for the wreath. So.
Yes, we are. And I'm looking at this one, just making sure you know how sometimes you want to try something and then you have to still make sure you want it in your wreath. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm looking at it and I'm going to grab my wreath just quickly again.
Yep.
Kind of hold it there. I think I like it in there.
Yeah.
I had to look at it just to make sure it looks. I just want to make sure it goes. And I think by the time I bring my orange back, which is going to be my last ribbon, it's really going to tie it all together the way I want to.
And if you all don't notice what I'm doing, I am pushing my ribbon, the ribbons in my bow. I'm pushing all of them flat because because I'm going to have to do that anyway when I pull it out and I secure it with the pipe cleaner. So that's why I'm pushing down on it. So.
And I'm doing that as I add it to the center peg. So it starts to get full a little bit. It will seem like it's rising up. So if it does, just push it back down.
Right. Push it back down. So yes, I love these colors.
They're beautiful.
But I tell my followers that I don't mind doing wreaths, but as you can see today, it definitely, even after prepping, it takes time. It really takes time.
It does. Yeah.
But they're so beautiful when you're done.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times people don't realize the time you pour into it. And I don't know about you, but I don't even charge for the time that I pour into it before I start. So
the true time, exactly.
So really, it's a lot of time, a lot of energy. And of course, we're chit-chatting today, so it probably would go a little bit faster, but you're getting an idea of just really how much time it does take.
Right. I estimated about an hour and a half, not 2 hours. I think we
Yeah.
shaved off half an hour just with the talking. But I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
want people to be interactive and things like that only because we're going to be giving away, so
Yeah,
many goodies. So definitely keep
absolutely.
sprinkling us out, people.
That's
Um,
right. Absolutely. Aren't you ready?
yep. Last
All
one.
right. Well, I have one more after this. Oh, did you hold it up?
Oh, you have 6?
Oh, well, I have 5. I'm
I
sorry.
have 5 too.
Okay, yep, there we go. Oh, Michelle
Love it.
says we're doing a great job.
Thank you, Michelle.
All right, so one more ribbon, y'all.
So do
One
you have 5
more.
or 6 ribbon?
I have 5.
Okay, and I know for myself, I've been trained to do
Yes.
6, but
Uh-huh.
I don't always do 6. I
Yeah,
think it depends on
sometimes
the design.
it does. Sometimes I may only have 3 or
Exactly.
4.
Yes, right.
Like the bow behind me, let me see. Well, the one behind me has 4, but this one you probably can't. Well, you can see it a little bit. That
A
one
little,
actually only has 3. So it
okay,
just depends. Yep.
right. So this is the one I chose for my very top. This is like my focal point here.
Okay. That's beautiful. And I'm doing my
Mhm.
solid
Yep.
burnt orange.
Yep.
So I'm at 6 inches now for my tails. And I believe
I'm at 8 and
3 inches.
yeah,
Okay. And I'm
8
6
and
and 3.
4. Okay, 6 and
Got
3
it.
for
Yep. So divide by 2 for ribbon number 5. Whatever your tail length is, your loop might be half of that.
you. Right. All right.
I'm turning it into a math problem. All right, so we're doing the same thing again. And I can say if you're interested in a slow play by play where we go nice and slow, I have lots of those tutorials in Faith's Creative Circle. You are welcome to check that out. We actually just gained a new member today, so I'm super
Oh, nice.
excited about that. And she's actually here. I won't call her out unless she wants me to, but I'm thrilled to be able to teach and share all the things. So anything you see me do on my page, especially all the designs, there's probably a tutorial for it somewhere. If not
Mhm.
on the Creative Circle page, we have our YouTube channel, we have Facebook,
Nice.
so yeah, all the places.
So this ribbon is a little less, it's a little more flimsy, I guess. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna see what type of material it is.
Is it a sheer ribbon? It looks kind of
Sheer. So
sheer.
it's polyester and nylon. So it's not gonna hold its shape as well, but that's the
Got
reason
it.
I put it last.
I wonder if you should just do a center loop with it.
You
Just
think
one
so?
loop. Yeah, maybe like a center loop, maybe 2 inches.
Eh. I'm gonna see
Maybe
what it looks like if I do the whole thing.
the whole thing. Yeah.
Um,
All right. She told me it's okay. So Michelle has joined my creative circle. I'm so
oh,
excited to have her.
congratulations, Michelle.
Yeah, she's such a faithful supporter. She's in actually both of my teaching groups. So I'm super excited. She's
Nice.
doing so well with her business. I can already see where she's flourishing. So if anyone else is interested in learning all the things, how to turn your handmade like crafts into a business, or if you want to learn how to create, we'd love to have you.
That's awesome.
Mhm.
I mean, they are beautiful. Like after you put all the work into it, I mean, they look so
Yeah.
nice, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. They do. So the ribbon from here is looking pretty good, Simone. So hopefully it'll work for you
Well, I
on
gotta
the
hold
top.
I've gotta hold it.
I gotcha. Well, hopefully by the time you fluff it out, that top layer will be what you need it to be.
Yeah, it'll work.
Mm-hmm. It will.
You just have to cut this. I'm not gonna try and I'm not gonna try and make it into a X. I'm just gonna put it on there. And then
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
yeah. And I will I'll actually dovetail that after I put it on the wreath.
Mm-hmm. I love it. That's going to be great.
So you ready to hold it up?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, let me get back. I am. All right, here we go.
This is what it looks like.
Woo-hoo! Look at there. We did it.
Yes.
We made it through the bow.
Exactly.
All right. So now I need to get something to tie mine off with. I'm going to use a pipe cleaner.
Yep. And my pipe cleaner is already laid down.
Perfect.
I have to pull up on it.
Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
I pull it over to the side so that I can pull both of them up at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this. I still hold the middle to keep it flat.
Yeah.
Because what I do is I hold the middle, but then I pull the pipe cleaner around so that it's already at the back.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I do mine.
Yeah, I love that. And I'm actually going to use, in conjunction with my pipe cleaner, a zip tie, because I just like how it holds it really tight.
Yeah.
So I push down on my bow while I'm pushing up, and I kind of hold it in two fingers, like right here. I just take my fingers to kind of keep those pegs, the placement still there. And then I'm going to take my zip tie, drop it through those two holes where I know that the pegs were. Take my pipe cleaner. I'm going to fold it in half slightly. And I'm going to zip it closed first, just like this.
Mm-hmm.
Start partially zipping it. And before I completely zip it, I'm going to slip my pipe cleaner through it. Okay. And then I pull tight, 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 as tight as I can. I'm going to trim it off with my wire cutters.
Nice.
And give it a couple of twists on the back.
Maybe I will try that. Let me try that. Because I've never tried that before.
Oh, okay.
So I'll be doing something new today.
Yay. Look at there. I love it. Yeah, and not to say that I don't like the pipe cleaner, but I find that if I use the zip tie, it tightens it as tight as it'll go.
Yeah.
And so my pipe cleaner is literally just an attachment to the wreath at that point.
Well, and that's kind of why I said I'm going to try that, because I'm like, maybe that will extend the pipe cleaner too a little bit.
Yeah, it will. Yeah. And if not, you can put two together. Sometimes I do that.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I make sure that, I don't know if you make sure that your zip tie is in the back.
Yes, I did. So I actually pushed it toward the back and pulled it tight.
Right.
And when you hear that sound, it's the most beautiful sound.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. All right.
Hey, you did it.
Yes, I did. Nice. There it is.
Yep. And now it's going to be tight. You don't have to worry.
Right.
And it's easier on your hands too, because I find when you're pulling it and twisting with that pipe cleaner, sometimes you can't get it as tight as you want it to be.
Well, and this is tight, but I noticed that I can still manipulate the ribbon a little bit. Which is,
you sure can.
Yeah.
Yep, you certainly can.
So
now, yeah. So now you can fluff it out. And I fluffed mine already, but usually once I take it off the bow maker, I just go back through and make sure that it's truly fluffed, and I'll finish the final fluffing on the bow.
Right.
Or on the wreath rather. Yeah.
So yeah, I actually fluffed mine on the wreath.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I think we gave them some great tips for making the bows. You have tools that you can use. And again, you don't have to have a tool, but the tool just helps kind of just free your hands.
Right.
So you don't have to worry about that. I'm going to move my ribbon back here.
All right, you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Now I just have to figure out where I want it. I have to stand up for that.
Yeah, me too. I have an idea, but I'm still going to stand because I think I want mine right here.
See, I wanted mine at the top, but I'm actually going to put it like off to the side a little bit at the top.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. Because
I just thought
if I put it up at the top, it'll cover my sign a little bit. So I'm going to put it just off to the, not really at the very tippity top, but off to the side.
Got
just
it.
Like that. That's pretty.
Yeah. And I think I'm doing that too. So if you imagine on the sign, there is a clock. I'm going sort of like the 10 o'clock area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm doing the 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
God, that we're putting it in the same place. I love it. All right, y'all.
Great minds. Great minds.
Yep. So all we're doing is feeding our pipe cleaner. And I like to go through the mesh so it has a little something to hold on to. You don't have to do that.
Yeah. I do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it keeps it still a little bit when you do that.
It does. It does. It gives it that little extra stability.
Yep.
And I'm doing it around on both sides. Nice and easy there.
Yep. And yours are easier because you have yours is with wire, right? The wire.
No, I did a pipe cleaner this time, like you.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. Yes, you did.
Yeah.
What did you use wire for? You use wire for something.
Yeah, for the sign I did.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I find that with the bows, I prefer on a wreath at least to have the sturdiness of the pipe cleaner when I'm feeding it through. But I could do wire, but I don't know. I think it's about the way it feels. I mean, behind that zip tie.
You'd be trying to find it too.
Yes.
Wire.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I had it just now, Simone, but I lifted up when you asked me a question or something. I lost it, so I got it back now.
What?
No, my pipe cleaner. Oh, because I had it. You know how like sometimes you can't get it, so I was like, "Yes, I got it." And then when you asked me that question, it was like I didn't jump, but my hand must have jumped or something. I was like, "Wait a minute, what happened?"
And so I don't know if you were going to tell them about how you're spreading it. Oh, you're just still putting it on. Okay, go for it.
Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about fluffing it?
Yeah, go for it. Just finish what you're doing.
Okay. And you feel free now if you want to talk about that since mine's already fluffed.
I mean, I just pull the tails and the loops the opposite way when I'm fluffing. I mean, although I've done that, I continue to do that as I'm fluffing, making sure that they are going in the opposite direction when I'm fluffing them out.
Yep, exactly.
So tail over loop and loop over tail.
Mm-hmm. So she's basically now opening those layers that were already separated as she made the bow. And then for me, because I did both as I was making it, I'm just double checking everything, making sure that I'm happy with the way it's falling now that it's sitting on the wreath.
Right.
And this is also when I look at the length and I'll ask myself, okay, do I like the way this is hanging, or is this too long, or do I need to make any adjustments? Maybe something needs to move and go a different direction.
Right.
If it's covering my sign, I will move it out of the way. So just things like that.
Exactly. And so for me, the bow is my, I love my bows. So, I don't always cut them. That's why I moved it over to the other side, because if the tails are too long and they're further away from the sign, I don't have to cut the tails too much.
Right. Absolutely.
When they are.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right.
So.
And I think so far mine are looking pretty good. I do have a little bit here because I think I'm going to leave this tail where it is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to trim this one just a smidge because I need a little piece of tail here. Like I need it to go in this direction.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to redovetail it.
Yeah. And it's definitely a matter of preference too. Like
it sure is.
It, you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Julia says she loves our bows.
Oh, thank you.
Michelle says, I love making bows and I'm getting better and better at them. You sure are, Michelle. I'm so proud of you.
Michelle, it's definitely a matter of just doing it over and over and over.
Yes, it really is. Yes, because if we were to pull probably some wreaths and show you our first bows, we have come a long way.
Exactly. That's true.
Uh-huh. All right. I think I'm happy with it. I'm going to turn it so I can see it. And I think that blue is giving it just enough, like it's pulling the blue just enough from his overalls, and it's tying everything in so nicely.
So the middle one is definitely giving me trouble, but I'm going to be patient with it.
Okay, good. I was about to ask you that.
It's kind of taking on its own direction, so I have to make it go the way I want.
Got it. So, yeah, I've had that happen before too.
Yeah, so I have to look at it because it's zip tight. I have to look at it to make sure that it's doing what I want it to do. So,
and that's okay. That's why we work with it. We don't give up. And so that should be a lesson for you all, no matter what you're doing. It doesn't even have to be wreath making. Just don't give up. Just keep working with it.
Right.
And eventually you'll figure it out. You'll figure out how to make it work. And it makes you feel so good when you do.
The other thing is, what helps me know if it's going in the right direction is that the tails fall on top of the tails, and the loops fall on top of the loops too for me. So,
yeah, absolutely. And I try to check that. Sometimes I'll do it in between each other so you can almost have a spot for everything.
Exactly, and it does that too.
And they all lay the way you need them to lay. So as Stella says, we're doing an outstanding job. So while you're finishing yours, I'm going to go ahead and do the trivia answer for this one.
Sure.
So let's see. Let me scroll back up. Okay, so Joan, I think, well, nope, I don't think it was Joan. Let me go back down because, oh, we had asked this a while ago, Simone. Okay, so, all right, so Vicky, I think is the first one. She says, pumpkin spice latte.
Ooh.
Michelle also says pumpkin spice latte. Melissa says pumpkin spice latte.
Nice.
And let's see if there's any more. Did I say Joan already?
Yeah, you said Joan.
Okay, so Joan made sure we saw it. Melissa also came back and said mullein spice drinks. I haven't heard of that one.
Yeah, me neither.
And then I think I said Michelle already. Let me double check. Yep, Michelle came back and said pumpkin spice again. And I think that's it. So guess what? Everyone who said pumpkin spice latte, give yourselves a point.
Right. Exactly. I guess that's a popular one for the fall.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I've ever had one now that I think about it, though. I've seen it.
I've never had one.
I have to maybe put it on our list. Check it out.
Yeah, exactly. My mother loves lattes.
And that's the one, that's the hot drink still, right? Or is it cold?
I guess it can be hot, but I
can be hot. Okay.
Sometimes they have them cold.
Okay.
Like the icy ones.
Yes. Okay. I'll have to add that to my list.
Yes, Vicky says, so.
Yeah, I gotcha. Caramel now. I know I would probably love that. I love caramel. Vicky says that she doesn't drink it either.
Oh, no? Are you ready?
Oh, Melissa said, you asked what is our favorite. Did I? Let's see. So let's see. Our question said, what popular fall drink? But Melissa, we'll take that. So your favorite, she says, is mullein spice drink. Oh, yeah, because Simone and I were talking about our favorites. I got you, Melissa. So
Mm-hmm.
Melissa was sharing hers as well. You have to tell us about that mullein spice because I
Yeah,
haven't had that either.
that would be interesting to find out what that is.
Mm-hmm.
All
And then
right.
Vicky says she likes hot caramel cider.
Oh,
That
wow.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, that does sound interesting. I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. I haven't either.
All right. I think I'm done. I can always play around
Okay.
later.
Yep, because you know how that goes with bows.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, here we go. Look at there. Dun, dun, dun. Looks beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's what we have. Doreen's going to come back and watch the replay. She
Yeah.
said, watch the replay. Thank you.
Hmm.
All right, well, we're on Simone's favorite part now, y'all.
Okay. I love adding florals. So the florals that I think this is the last edition, right? That we have to add.
It is. Yeah,
Well,
then we're going to get ready for.
themselves, but the embellishments themselves.
Yes, yes,
So
it is. And then we'll get ready for our prize
yep,
giveaway.
yep, exactly. So I like today I'm actually going to add some sunflowers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And just this is called a basic bush. So it's an orange berry bush. So I'm actually going to add some of this to mine as well.
Mm-hmm.
Faith, what are you going to do?
So I grabbed different things, and I don't know what all I'm going to add, but let me grab. Let's see. So I went to Hobby Lobby just in case I didn't have everything I wanted. But look, I found these cute little pumpkins,
Oh yeah, those are
and
cute.
they have like a yeah, they're velvet, so cute little texture there. So we might put some of those in.
Okay.
And then in my stash, I had leftover like the pumpkins and the gourds. I don't know if I'll use those, but I have those ready.
Right.
And I fell in love with these a couple of years ago. They're like brown hops. So I
Okay.
might put some of that in. Um, some leftovers. And you always pull out leftovers because you never know. Sometimes you might need a little piece of this and that. And I forget exactly what this is called.
Why
It'll
not?
come back to me in a minute. Mm-hmm. And I have some mums in two different colors, some orange and that cream color we might use. And then I love my florals. So here's like a berry bush. And I found some with blue. So the blue is a little different. So I don't know if I'm going to use that, but we might use some other parts of it. And then this one has the orange. So yeah, that's what we're working with today.
Nice. And so when I would add my florals, I would actually do it using hot glue. But I have challenged myself from now on. I'd like to try to do this by just pipe cleaning, zip tying them in.
Uh-huh.
And so I did it. I don't know if you all watched. There was a wreath that I made maybe I say 3 or 4 weeks ago for my door. And I repurposed some flowers from a consignment shop find that I found. And so I
nice.
tied all of those in. So I'm going to do the same thing here. One thing I'm going to do before I even do that is I'm going to finalize the pipe cleaners that I have around the outside. I'm going to remove those because I don't need them.
You are done with them.
So I'm going to remove those because those aren't going to hold my florals in the way that zip ties would. So when I remove my pipe cleaners on the ribbon here at the bottom, I basically cut them and then I push them down so that you can't really tell that they were cut or that they were actually that they had any pipe cleaner ends on them. So I just pushed them down. I twist them a little more and then I push them down. How do you do
I
yours?
love that.
Do you have another way of describing how you push them down?
No, that's exactly what I do. But since I cut mine now, I don't have to do that because when I twisted and added the mesh in, they're already pushed down. So that's why I started doing that, because I felt like I was wasting the pipe cleaner and it was an added step.
Oh, you said you cut
So
it in half, right?
I did. Yeah. And that just saves me from having to trim them down now. So it's literally already set and ready to go. So yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my pumpkins and I love these, but I'm trying to stick with the burnt orange. So I think I'm going to save these for later. And I had another shade of pumpkins. I think I'm going to go with this one because it's closer to that burnt orange. So I'm switching that
Okay.
out. Let's see. Michelle says, beautiful ladies.
Thank
Estella says, two beautiful wreaths. Vicky, both are so pretty.
Thank you.
Wendy says, happy Saturday. She's going to come back and watch the replay from the beginning. Thank you, Wendy. Hello, hello.
Sorry, Wendy.
And
this is a long process.
and Amber is saying, hi, my friend. Let me put her on the screen.
Hi,
There's
Amber.
Amber.
Thank you for joining me, Amber. Thank you so much. Make sure you sprinkle
Hi,
us.
Amber. Yes, thanks, Amber. And then Michelle says she loves your sunflowers.
Oh, thank you. I love
All right.
sunflowers.
I'm going to kind of play with my placement here, see what I want to do.
Yeah.
I definitely want to put the pumpkins in because the pumpkins are prominent in our sign.
Yeah.
And I have two. So I think I'm going to put one at the bottom, one at the top.
Okay. And I deviated a little bit because I like the flower part of it. So
yeah, and that's okay. And that's the beauty. You know, I love how we were both able to interpret this design. You know, we all have our own styles. And so from the sign, you and I were able to tie it all together. You know, I love that. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I do have leaves. I don't think I'm going to use them, but these are pretty. I don't know if you've seen the different leaves that you can get in different colors.
What are they? The leaves?
The different fall leaves. Yep. So they have different colors. I don't think I'm going to use them, but you know what? I'm not going to totally abandon them because there are leaves in our sign too. So we might use them. Let me leave them here so I don't forget them.
And so normally, you would use hot glue.
I am gonna put
some things in, but and I'm sure, Faith, you probably will.
Yeah, I think I still will, because I haven't challenged myself to do that yet. So I probably will. And look, I have these velvet pumpkins too. I forgot about these, and they are the burnt orange. So
nice.
They're a little smaller. If I use it, I might offset what we have.
Right.
Let's see.
And the reason why I'm challenging myself to use, I don't think I mentioned this, the zip ties is because so I'm just going from my own experience, from my own door, whenever I would put my wreaths on my door, it's directly in the sun. And so if I use hot glue, things melt and fall off. So I just decided to start doing that with all of the wreaths that I make. That way, if someone purchases a wreath from me, it's guaranteed to not, I know for sure nothing's going to fall out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I like adding stems to these. Like if they don't have a stem, like I won't put glue on that. I'll add a stem so I can wire it in. Like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I think I like these pumpkins better. So I got rid of the other two. I don't know if y'all can see this. And you want to do one final trivia question? You want me to do that for you while you're doing your
sure.
zip ties? All right, here's our last and final question. Let's see. What fall vegetable is known for its high nutritional value and is often used in soups and pies? So that'll give you all something to think about there and chat about. Let us know which
soups and
fall
pies.
vegetable. Yeah, nutritional value often used in fruits and pies. And I'm looking to see how many of these little pumpkins I want to use. I hadn't planned to use all 6, but I'm kind of popping them in just to see. Yeah. A lot of times I vary what I add, so I'm not using them all, but I don't know. I might use them. We'll see.
Nice.
And I wanted to pull in, I thought I had some fall eucalyptus, but I did not see that in my stash.
Okay. Oh, that would be nice.
Uh-huh. And then let's see. Some of this blue could possibly, all of the blue actually, I mean, I could use it, but I'm trying to stick to the blue in the ribbon.
Right.
I'm going to look one more time over here just to see if I have any darker. I was going for like darker eucalyptus.
Okay.
I don't think I have it in this store.
So how many of you, I have a question. How many of you make wreaths? I know some of your followers make wreaths, Faith, but
Yeah,
any other ones, any of my followers, do you all make wreaths? Or do you just like watching them being made? Or the other question is, do you like to buy them?
I love that question.
You know, like some people really like to have a new wreath for their door every season. Or not necessarily their door. Some of them just put them on their walls in their home. Like I have an space in my kitchen that I'm probably going to make a smaller wreath for myself to put up right above my sink. I actually literally made that space there for me to put some creations that I make up there. So
I love that. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
the smaller wreaths fit perfectly in spaces like that.
Yeah.
Trying to remember, what did we put on? I made a welcome to our home door hanger. Was it 2 years ago? So it's what I actually painted and added like the bow and the greenery at the top. So that's what we put on our door. And let's see. Yeah, I made my own stencil with my Cricut.
Nice.
And I actually taught that design in the creative circle. So if you're interested, those who are members, or if you just join like Michelle, you can grab that tutorial. But yeah, I started making door hangers like that.
Nice.
And they're fun. You have to have a different level of patience, of course. but they are fun too.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I don't know if I told you, but, or mentioned it, but I actually just got the first 3 illustrations for my children's storybook.
You did. I'm excited about that. Isn't that amazing?
I don't know. It's like, is it real?
It is real.
I want to share it, but I'm a little nervous about sharing it. So I have to create some sort of I have to do a pre-order campaign. So I have to kind of put that together. So.
Well, look, it's going to come. The answers are already there. The sources, the people, whomever is already there.
Exactly. So,
yeah, and we can always chat about it as well.
Okay, perfect. All right. So
let's see. Michelle says she makes wreaths.
Okay.
Yeah, and Doreen says she's painted a couple of door hangers. She said would love to make a wreath like the both of you made. Well, Doreen, you're in the right place, honey. We can help you.
Go for it.
And I forgot, Simone, I do have to cut the outside one, so that's what I was doing real fast.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're outside
pipe cleaners, yeah, but I'm done now. I have one more.
Yeah.
Okay. But you keep going. Go ahead. Because I'm about to stand up too.
I'm positioning my sunflowers now. And
okay.
I have to cut the leaves off, darn it.
Oh, from the sunflowers?
Yeah.
Let's see what greenery I want to add first, if any. I just want to see how this looks.
Yeah.
This is not exactly what I wanted. I didn't have the darker one, but this will work.
You see? Oh, yes. I like that blue in it. I really do.
I do too. Even these little berries. At first, I was about to say, I don't know if I like that, but let me see if I can show you. I like those berries. Can y'all see that? I think those berries are going to look good too, right there.
Are they orange?
They're orange and it has a little bit of like a lighter version of an orange. So I think I can make that work too.
Yeah.
I'm just going to cut out a few pieces just to see. That's how I have to do it. I don't want it to look too like, what's the word? I don't want to say wild, but you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really going for that kind of look here.
Right.
I want to keep with my perimeter that I've already established with my wreath.
Right.
Wendy says, I make wreaths but don't sell them. I like to change mine out monthly. That's awesome to know.
That is
nice. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to see. I know I'm going to put a pumpkin here, but I was going to see what a little bit of the greenery might look like first.
So some of my sunflowers I can leave the leaves on, and some I can't. So that's what I'm gonna just see how they look.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And this is a part of that design technique as we're thinking everything through. We have to try it. If we like it, we go with it. If not, we adjust. So that's what I love.
Right.
I'm just cutting mine apart. So really see what it's going to look like.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 5.
Okay.
So
5 sunflowers. Is that what you're saying?
What have you learned about even and odd numbers?
You always work in odds. Your eyes are drawn to the odds.
Yep.
And sometimes I'll count my bow as an odd. So like if I only had 2 pumpkins, and for me that bow is my 3.
Say it again.
So like let's say if I only had the the other pumpkins where I only had 2.
Yep.
If I were adding these, I would count my bow as my 3rd object. So I could still make it work. Let's see. Della says, Simone, I have to leave. I'll watch the rest on a replay. Have a great day.
Hey, thanks.
So far, I only cut those fern pieces out and the berries, and I may pull a few of those little blue sprig pieces.
Yep. Yeah, so some of them I definitely, like 2 of them so far, I had to remove the leaves. These leaves are beautiful though. I'm going to use them for something else.
I can imagine that. They're going to look gorgeous.
We'll see.
All right, so I'm kind of cutting out what I want because these other pieces, they're beautiful, but I feel like they're too long for what I'm doing.
Okay. So you're going to try a different...
Yeah, I just pulled out like the fern looking pieces. I think I want those for some reason underneath my pumpkins.
Okay.
Like that.
There we go. Let me just hold it up and look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mine only can fit 4. You stand up and look at this. They're pretty though. I really like them.
Yeah.
Those are there. Yep, I have to cut it off of all of them.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I was sitting here thinking I didn't have another one. I think I see another one on the shelf, which is going to say,
what?
I need another fern piece.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were mentioning.
I found another bush on my shelf. So y'all, when you buy things, if you make designs, always get 2. Okay. That will save you every time.
Exactly.
All right. Yes. I can cut this one.
Okay, so I am going to do, I'm going to do 6
Okay.
because I like the way that they look around the bottom, and I have to cut these off too.
Got it. Okay. Gotcha. And let's see. And so far, I've added, you probably can't see this, but I'm adding that fern piece. I like the way it looks behind the pumpkin. So I'm putting that everywhere I have this pumpkin ribbon, which is going to tie that in. I didn't plan it that way, but that was my positioning. And it just so happens that it landed on the pumpkin ribbon. So pumpkins on pumpkins.
Nice. Nice.
Mm-hmm. And then let's see if we're going with the berries here. So it really requires, I would say at this point, you get in your head, you figure out what look you desire or what looks good to you. And you have to, like we're doing, you stand up, you look at it. Sometimes I even hang my designs so I can see it in that moment.
Right.
Wish this were a little longer. Let me see if I can, I'm going to use my pick machine to make this a little bit longer.
Oh, your pick machine?
I just need a little bit of extra length so that this shows up a little bit more for me.
Yep. All right. So now I can zip tie these in. And I have to flip my wreath over to do that.
Oh, yeah. That's giving me the length I need now. Right there. So I don't have enough space to get the pick machine. But if y'all need to see that, let us know and I'll grab it.
Oh, for your pick machine?
You don't have to have it, but if ever you find yourself needing either a pick added to the end of your stem so that you can add it to your wreath, or in my case, it's not long enough, I wanted more length, that's when you can grab the pick machine.
Right.
Comes in handy for that.
So when I zip tie in, I have to bend the stem. That's one thing I noticed, that I have to bend it so that I can hook it onto something.
So you're doing it from the front towards the back?
As far as bending it?
Like pushing it in, like you're tying it in from the front toward the back, or you're tying it from the back side?
I'm just wrapping it around the stem.
I gotcha. But you're doing it from the back though, right?
I'm coming from behind the stem, yep.
Okay, gotcha. What do y'all think about our wreath so far? We're almost done.
This is it, yeah. Thank you for sticking with us, everyone.
I know. If you're still here, give us a pumpkin in the comments. If y'all can find a pumpkin or do a heart on the screen, give us something.
Tap the screen,
so
double tap.
Yeah, there you go.
That's meaningful too. So I bent it, and once I zip tie it, it's in there. The other thing I could do is go back around with another zip tie. And I did that so that it stays in position, so that it doesn't move.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
So I took a piece of my other stem that I'm not even using, cut it down so I can make my own little pick to go inside of my pumpkins here.
Nice.
And they're foam underneath, and it pierced right through it. So
good.
I shared with Simone. I have not had any issues with the glue, and I'll tell you, especially my fall wreaths and winter wreaths, I have not had any issues. So I'm just adding just a little bit of glue there to hold that in, just to give me that stability, y'all.
The other thing that I noticed that helps is when you bend it up. Like if you bend the end of the stem up, that helps as well.
Okay.
So there's that.
Good. Very nice. That looks good. And I'm bending my fern just to give it that natural placement, because if I did it, it was going to be sticking straight up in the air.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
don't want it to look that way. I want it to look like it's a natural part of my design.
Right.
Wow, we're getting lots of pumpkins and hearts.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Love them, Wendy says. Michelle says, doing great, ladies.
Thank you, Michelle.
And Doreen and Estella, Vicky, Julia, they all gave us hearts or pumpkins.
Nice. I'm so glad you all are still here with us. I know this is a long 2 hours.
Well, that's why I don't do the full wreaths on my page. I always start the wreath, or if it's creative circle, my creative circle people know the drill. So they know, okay, come and expect at least 2 hours. Sometimes it might be an hour and a half, depending upon the technique, or sometimes we might go over 2. It just depends.
Right. But they know that because that's the reason they're there.
That's right. They're there to learn. They want to glean and get all of the information they can.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just adding in, I don't know if I'm going to use everything. Well, I already knew that anyway, because I grabbed more than I need, but I'm adding in the brown hops now on the ribbon that had the pumpkins, because it just seemed to fit naturally there. And I didn't plan that, but I'm just looking at placement. So I like the way it looked there. Oh, and Stella says, we are a great team. Love that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And we've never met in person, Simone. So this is literally what we've done, like virtual stuff or chatting over the phone, some like planning projects or our interview that time.
Right. Right.
So but yeah, this is certainly a blessing. Yes, we will.
Because you're not that far from me.
No, not too far. And we're in the same time zone.
Right. It wouldn't be a long plane flight, that's for sure.
Right, that's true. I haven't found where I'm going to bring my blue back in yet. I might put it at the bow, but we'll see.
The blue?
Yeah, just to bring some of the blue in if I decide, to use it from the floral.
Yep.
Got to figure out where I want to put that. Oh, wow. Michelle just got done making a Halloween wreath. She's been busy.
Get out. Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just now. That's cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She cranks them out. She is on it. Uh-oh. Simone's phone probably rang, y'all, so she'll be back in just a second. What do y'all think about the gorgeous pumpkins? Can y'all see the velvet texture of these? I don't know if it's showing on your end. But look there, and I'm just making my own little pick so I can decorate with it. There she is.
Got another call.
That's what I told them. I said, she probably got another phone call, y'all.
Gee, that's crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm. It is.
I have to figure out how to do that do not disturb.
Yes, I will show you, or I'll tell you, so you can turn it off. And it's real easy. Uh-oh. I got to figure out how to keep my earbuds in. I think, how like, normally I don't work in them. Like I'm literally doing stuff, so they don't know how to stay in. So I have to just keep checking them occasionally.
Right.
All right, I'll tell you what Vicky said in just a second. Let's see. Put this in. All right. She says, I was recently gifted a bunch of assorted wireframes, snowmen, stars, hearts. Do you ever make wreaths out of different forms? That's a great question. You want
I
to
have.
start with it? Mhm.
I have. I mean, I was actually trying. I was considering using a evergreen
Mm-hmm.
um, today, but it didn't look right. So
Okay.
and it had lights on it, and then when I turned the lights on, they were they were Christmas colors. So
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. Um, but I definitely do. I
Mhm.
also do the one that's what's it where's it's uneven. I forgot what that's called. The graduated or
Yes. Uh-huh. Work forms, the graduated work forms.
yeah, I use those.
Yep.
Um, I
And I was
use
trying to.
the I also do you know how we take apart the what is that one with where we do the Santa hats and stuff?
Oh, the witch forms.
The witch forms. We create our own forms by doing that though.
Yep. Let me see if I have something hanging in here. I might have one. If it's not in here, I'll try to remember to grab it before we leave. And I was looking at a candy cane. I have that hanging up. So we use candy. Oh, here it is. So here's an example of what Simone was talking about. There's the witch hat. There's a Christmas one right there.
Yeah.
Let me take the hanger off. I had to hang it up.
And I've done the Christmas one. I've done the elf. I've done the Santa.
Uh-huh.
I've actually done the little witch as well.
Yes.
So
And I like doing different sizes, like well not size, different forms like flag. So you can get the flag forms.
okay.
Let me see, I'll grab this one only because it's right here. I don't know if she has one of these. But this one is like it's like a rail form, I should say. Here.
Yeah. I thought about that. I've never used one, but I've seen it used before.
Mm-hmm. So there's the rail. And then I'm going to grab a swag that we just finished for Christmas in July. We did that in our creative circle.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw this one, Simone, but this is a pine swag.
Oh,
Let's see.
nice.
Try to put it in view there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Thank you.
I
And I
mean,
see I was going to say, I see the shamrock form hanging on my wall. So I know I've done that.
yeah,
There's so many forms.
right. So many different ones, right?
Uh-huh. While we're at it, I'm going to show this one real fast, and then I'm getting back to adding my florals. Look at this one. So
Oh,
that's
yeah.
pumpkin form, but I just added my own greenery to it.
Right.
There's so many different things you can decorate with.
Right.
So she's going to have fun with all of her supplies and her stash. That's an awesome gift to get.
Definitely.
Like I'm getting excited for her.
Because there's so many different things you can do with them, right?
Yeah, for sure. You sure can. Julia says our bows are beautiful.
Thank you.
Wendy says she's never heard of the graduated work form. I don't have one to show.
I have one, but it's in my basement, so I can't. I was actually considering using that, but
Yeah.
I
Maybe I can show this, Simone. This is a 10-inch wire, but it graduates up like it goes up. Would that be a good to kind of
well,
show her?
that's an example of graduation, but the one I'm
Yeah.
thinking of has
Tinsel
the
ties, right?
pencil ties on them already. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So Wendy, think of graduated as it's not flat like our traditional wiry forms. And it's a work form because you don't have to add pipe cleaners. It already has the tinsel ties.
Right.
So yeah.
And I'm
And
actually going to doing something in the fall with, because I have a bunch of them, and I'd like to do a class with them. So
Oh yeah, that'll be good.
yeah, yeah. It's the
And
face of a scarecrow.
yes. Oh, I love it. That's going to be fun too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Vicky says that was cute. I bet that was the elf. The elves are a hit at Christmas. Thank you.
They are.
Thank you, Doreen. She says beautiful wreath. Michelle has done the snowman before and she showed it to me. And yep, and Simone, I just looked at the clock. So I have probably about 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I was thinking I'm gonna finish putting my sunflowers in, but
Yeah.
the other stuff I'm gonna put in after.
Okay, so can I go ahead and start getting us ready for the drawing and then we can show our wreaths at the end?
Yep.
All right, y'all. Are y'all excited? Ready for our giveaway while we're finishing up? And I'm not sure if I'm finished, so I may add a few more things because I haven't found a home for my blue yet. I think I might put my blues. I think I'm going to put them here in my bow real fast. But we're going to get ready to give away some awesome, I don't really want to call them prizes, but they're just things that Simone and I felt led to bless you all with. So these are going to be from the bottom of our heart to you. And we are gifting these things to you. And of course, we have so many of you today. And we want to first of all say thank you for being here. We appreciate your support. And those of you who have been here the whole time, go ahead and raise your hand in the comments. Let us know. Say something in the comments if you were here the whole time today.
Right. That is amazing.
That is truly, truly amazing. So our very first gift that we're going to bless someone with, and if you've been on my page, you've seen me make these recently. So I thought I would bring it to our giveaway today. And let me grab an example of one. So we're going to gift someone with a monogram keychain. Here's an example of one that I did recently. Let me hold it still so you can see it has the initial F on it. They come in different colors. You can personalize it with your own initial. You get to choose your letter. And I've even done it where you can have your script initial. So there's another example right there. So that's going to be our first giveaway. I'm going to put that here. So if you at least made one comment, you have been entered into our giveaway. And of course, the more comments, the better. And I see Valerie has been here the whole time. Melissa says she's been here. Julia, Michelle.
Nice.
Let's see. Melissa says, I will take that one. What do you want, Melissa? Tell us what you want. We want to know, what do you want? All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up our giveaway tool. So y'all, the beauty of technology is it will draw the names for us.
Which is nice.
Yes, it is. And it just found everyone's name. I'm going to refresh just to ensure we didn't miss anyone. There we go. All right, there we have it. So are we ready to draw our first name? Ready, Simone?
I'm ready.
All right. Okay, so the winner of our keychain, and it's going through all of your names. Wow. Let me see. I'm going to put it on the screen. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, let me do it. Let's see. Let's do that real quick. And hold on, I need to turn on my second device in order to do it.
Oh, okay.
I should have had that ready. Give me 1 second. I've just got to grab my cable here. I didn't plug it in today.
Uh-oh. You're frozen. Hello. Can are any of my followers still here? Can you make a comment so I know that you're still here? I think Faith is frozen. Hello. Hello. I see Melissa. Is anyone else here? Hi, Doreen. I see you. We lost Faith for a minute. I'm just going to finish up putting my zip ties on my florals. And we'll wait for Faith to come back and finish the drawing. Thank you so much for being patient. We do have about 3 or 4 items. Oh, good, Melissa. I'm glad you're still here. Good, Vicky. We only have about 5 or 10 more minutes. Please hang in there with us. So sorry about that.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
You know what? It was like when I plugged it in, it did something to my computer and the whole computer went off. It said, something's not working. And it gave me that blue screen. And then
Get out.
Okay. Well, so much for me doing that fast. I'm back though.
Yep.
We're keeping it going.
Yep. They were patient. They stayed with us.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to bring up the tool again because it, of course, didn't let me finish.
Yep.
All right. Thank y'all so much for not leaving. And y'all stayed. Y'all are awesome. All right. So here we go. So we're going to draw. All right. Here we go. We're going to draw our name. It's going through everyone. I guess it looks like those that are on.
They have us in there, huh?
Yeah, they did. All right, Doreen, you are the winner of the keychain. Oh, and I see Melissa wants the keychain. So Melissa, we'll make sure you get a keychain, okay? I know you're on. Yep, Simone's on, or rather, you're on Simone's page, but I'll give her that link for that. All right, so this goes to Doreen. So Doreen, I will get you, if you will, to send Simone your information. I just need your shipping and also what letter do you want? So congratulations to Doreen.
Oh, that was nice.
All right, what are we doing next? Yeah. Let's do a fall bow. So I was thinking, I didn't bring the ribbon. I took the ribbon, but there's a beautiful bow that I sell in my Etsy shop. I'm going to go bring it up right now.
Okay.
So y'all can see it. Let me do it right here. So this is my Etsy shop. I'm just going to show y'all real fast.
Okay.
There's a beautiful pumpkin bow. Oh, goodness. It took me out of my Etsy shop. Let me go back to my shop.
Okay.
Etsy. All right. So right here for fall. My computer's doing all kind of crazy stuff today. All right. This bow right here. This is the bow we're going to give away. So I love this bow. It's my favorite bow for fall. So our next person will actually receive this bow. So let's go and draw another name. Are you ready, Simone?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. And the winner is, wow, Estella Patterson. Nice. All right, Estella, congratulations. I know you're on my page. So if you will just message me your address and I will get this bow out to you. So can we celebrate Estella? That is amazing. Let me jot these names down too. Yay.
Let's see if I can get some things to rain down. I don't know if it's going to do it.
That's okay. All right, and then our last.
Oh, yeah.
It's doing confetti, though. Did you see that? That is cool. I guess because we're on StreamYard.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Oh, no,
And then, no, but it did confetti instead, though. I guess it got confused.
Nope, you can, it does do, oh, you mean because, what is it normally? I thought it did confetti when you did the 2 fingers up.
Oh, never mind, Simone. I didn't know about the 2 fingers. I got confused because StreamYard did confetti. So never mind, girl. You teaching me something new. That's good. All right. And then our final gift is going to be from Simone. You want to do this one, Simone?
Sure. It's going to be one of my Fearlessly Unique t-shirts. I just listed in my Etsy shop. So I don't know if Faith has that link or not, but
I do.
Oh, okay. You can post it, but you don't have to, like, you know what I mean? They can go look at it.
Okay.
But whoever
okay.
the winner is, just message me your address, your name, and your size. Okay.
Yeah. And this is the shirt. It's the same shirt. If you look at Simone, she's wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah, this one here I'm wearing. Yep.
Okay. All right. Last drawing. Here we go. Because my mom just messaged me. I forgot to put her link up for today. So today's been a crazy busy day. All right. And here we go. Wow, Melissa. Congratulations to Melissa.
Yay.
Awesome. All right. So while we are finishing up, we're going to share our link for everyone to stay connected with our pages.
Yeah.
So, and I'll have to give Simone my link. So let me give you hers. You are welcome to stay connected with us. We would appreciate that. And we invite you to tune in again. Let's see, I'm going to put Simone's Facebook page here.
Okay.
And then I've shared all of my links, faithslinks.com. And then this is Simone's Facebook page. Remember, both of our wreaths are available for purchase. So feel free. The link for mine is pinned on my page if you're interested. And then for Simone, you can private message her and she'll be glad to get that to you. All right, let's see what we did, Simone. How did we do?
Here are the sunflowers. I'm going to add the rest after. And I'll have to go out again.
Yeah, I love that. Isn't that amazing? That's beautiful. So this is what we created, and we are so thankful that you all joined us. We're going to create a follow-up post on our pages so that you can share your beautiful designs. Maybe it's something that you're decorating with on your door. We want to see how are you decorating for fall. And if it's something that you've made, you can certainly share that as well. Or if it's something that you just hang every year and you're looking forward to having that on your door, we look forward to it. Any closing quick thoughts, Simone, before I hop off and before you have to hop off?
No, we'll finish up what we've done and you'll see the end result after. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yay, this has been so fun, and we will definitely be back. We'll do another collaboration. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you all back on our page. Have a wonderful, blessed day. We love y'all so, so much. Thank you all, and Simone's sending out the hearts for me as well. Simone, I have to hop off, so I'll talk to you soon, okay? I'll talk to you a little later, okay?
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you all again.